You are now listening to the Q&E Podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddammit!
Hello, everybody. You are listening to the Q&E Podcast. Here with your boy Q. Right now, I got Edgar on the other line. Edgar, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of the Q&E Podcast. We got a special guest with us today, Derrick Myers. Derrick, introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm Derrick Myers. Thanks for having me on, guys. I've been waiting to get on the show.
Yeah, my man hit me up like a couple of months ago, man. We need to get on. We need to get on, so we had to make it happen.
Good to have you on. Good to have you on.
Yeah, definitely. Man. Hey, some of the topics y'all been covering has been hilarious. I'm like, I need to get
definitely, bro. Hey, I appreciate you tuning in. But look, man, I want you to plug because he's the brand developer, the owner, the founder of On the Sidelines, OTS.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, so OTS is my production company. Right now we're producing, I think, about 16 or 17 podcasts. About to develop some stuff for YouTube, and that's just the beginning, because I actually phased out my old production company and put that under this umbrella. So now we'll be doing, videos, photography, and everything like that to go along with everything, and offering our services for that. And then we have a lot of other ideas, a lot of stuff that's coming in the next year. So it's been fun, man.
That's a bet. And where can they find you at on social media?
Oh, yeah, at OTS Guys on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and otsguys.com. That's a website. So you see everything that we have on there, the whole team, a lot of the shows that we've done. I actually need to update the website because we've added more shows since then. But yeah, we've got audio articles as well. So we'll be having a team of writers that will be writing articles, putting those on the website, but then putting those in audio form in case people, because Black people don't like to read sometimes. So
yeah, that's facts.
That's,
all right. Yeah, no, I get it. Like, I can't even blame you for that.
It literally happened at my job today. We had a big sign on the door that said closed, and people was just coming up to the door, looking at the sign that said closed, and they were still trying to walk in the store. I'm like, bro, like, y'all just some of them read the sign and still try to.
That's how I be in the grocery store, bro. That's how I be in the grocery store. They be like, limit 2.
Sometimes it's not even the fact that they don't read. It's just the fact that they're choosing to still ignore.
Ignore it.
Yeah.
I definitely feel that, bro. Yes, sir. But let's dive into these topics. If this is your first time listening to the Q&E Podcast, we are a sports and entertainment podcast, and we go by 4 segments. We start with the sports news. Then we go to social media wants to know, where we get into our debatable topics. We get the entertainment topics, and then we end it off with Ask the Ox, where we put you on to some new music that you haven't heard before. So let's start it off with the sports news. And I wanted to start off with the Raptors, man, because we ain't showed the Raptors no love this whole season, dog. Really,
no respect.
Breeze all over the Raptors this year, bro. And they're ranked number 2 in the East, bro. And they just beat the Lakers last week. And they really killed the Lakers, honestly, really handily beat them the whole game. So can the Raptors repeat, bro? And I'm going to ask Edgar first. I'm going to let Edgar go first. Can the Raptors repeat as champions?
No, I don't think they can repeat, just off of the fact that I feel Miami is really the sleeper team that everybody is just now like really starting to catch on to since we started this bubble play. So Miami is moving to my favorite now. Philly was my favorite, but then seeing what happened with Ben Simmons today, I feel like Miami is now the favorite, low key, to make it to the finals.
They ain't my favorite now.
They my favorite. They're my favorite. But I feel like I've been looking over Toronto this whole time because although Nick Nurse is doing a great job with coaching, I feel Toronto just doesn't have the depth to match these other teams or the size, really, other than Siakam.
So Philly was your favorite?
Philly was my favorite too. Now, don't get it twisted. Now, don't get it. Hey,
what?
The playoffs came. Philly a different team in the playoffs now.
Philly was both of our favorites at the start.
Don't get it twisted. Miami was rocking with Philly.
Y'all not drinking that Kool-Aid, are you?
Hey, what you talking about?
Come on.
The playoff time, you would have seen now.
Philly was my favorite, and Miami was my dark horse. That's how I had it. But now Miami is my favorite.
If Philly did not trade away Markelle Fultz, which I think they are seeing they should regret doing, Fultz and Reddick and getting rid of Robert Covington, I would actually agree that they would have had a great shot.
Nah, I think getting rid of Fultz was the good move, man. And he wouldn't have flourished in that system, bro.
Because Fultz wasn't doing it for me. He wasn't
He
doing
wouldn't
it.
have flourished in Philly. He needed.
Guess what? But guess what? He could shoot better from the perimeter than Ben
No,
Simmons.
he, but yo, man, when you see Fultz shoot a three, see Fultz shoot a three.
He
Name
just shot a three. He just shot a three like 2 days ago.
1 3.
Nah,
One
he's
three.
been. Have you been watching?
Ben Simmons.
Nah,
That's what I'm saying.
saying.
That's what I'm saying. He's a better shooter than Ben Simmons.
Oh, than Ben Simmons.
Yes. That's what I'm
That don't mean
saying.
he's a good shooter, though. That don't mean he's
No. Doesn't mean he's a great shooter, but he is much better than Ben Simmons, which creates a outside threat, perimeter threat that would allow Ben to get into the lane, or Embiid to get into the lane. Philly's issue for the last 2 or 3 years, is that they cannot, for some reason, create enough space to allow those guys to dominate.
And they've been trying to run through
Ben Simmons on the floor.
Ben Simmons is on the floor, but I don't
Brett
think
Brown
that
is their
the
biggest
problem,
issue.
though. What you said?
Brett Brown is their biggest issue.
That is the biggest issue. Coaching, he got to go. We obviously see he got to go this season, bro.
Who would you guys put there instead of Brett Brown?
Ugh. if you were listening to me, bro, I would tell you Jeff Van Gundy, bro. Truthfully, I would.
Selfishly, I don't want that.
I want Jeff. What, you want him with the Celtics?
No, I want him on commentary.
Oh, I do love him on commentary, but I think his mind is perfect for that Philly system.
I could see that.
He knows how to use. He would know how to use Ben Simmons.
He does. Yeah, he would.
I
put him on the elbow.
I haven't really thought about who I would want coaching the 76ers, but Van Gundy, that is a good choice. I didn't think about that, so I like that. That's a good
Mark
choice.
Jackson to me.
Yeah, and both make a great commentary group. So I really
Do.
out of the booth, bro. But if I was being honest, I couldn't think of anybody else that is a good fit. Because
What about
these recycled coaches? Like
what
we were
about-
talking about it last week about Tom Thibodeau. Like I'm tired of seeing these recycled coaches just keep getting recycled, bro. I want to see somebody new.
what
And
about Atkinson?
he's coaching for a long time.
You said Atkinson?
Yeah.
Atkinson. I think he's more of a developmental coach, man. I don't think he's somebody who puts you over the top.
I mean, when you got Ben Simmons, there's no ceiling to development. Ben Simmons can still
No,
develop.
I think he's better with younger teams is what I mean. So I thought the Knicks was a perfect fit for Atkinson. I think that type of coach, but I don't think he could have took the Nets over the top, and I don't think he could have put Philly over the top either. That's
So
what
when
Atkinson, I
you
think
say
he's more of a
development-
young players coach.
When you say development, you're strictly talking just young players, not development.
Young players, yes. I don't think he's developing and the thing about Ben Simmons, bro, we see it in the offseason that he practiced 3-pointers. But in the game, he don't even shoot them.
He's
Bro,
scared.
that rec center
We don't
play
even
is
need to
totally
make them.
different.
Just take them.
That rec center play is totally different. I don't count.
But I'm just saying,
I don't
I'm
count
just talking
that
about
either.
practicing that. You're not even taking threes in the game.
Nah.
I need you to take them.
He's afraid.
He's
And
afraid.
I think another issue that Philly has is they actually overpaid Al Horford.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Big
They
time.
overpaid.
They see that right now.
They did that to spite the Celtics because they knew what was going to end up happening in the playoffs. And
Horford was shorting that down.
I love Al Horford. Listen,
I do too.
I'm glad he got paid. He deserves to get paid. He wasn't getting that contract from Boston, but I don't even think he really wanted that contract if it meant like being able to win. And if he knew that Boston was getting Kemba Walker, he was going to stay. The problem
They
is
couldn't have kept them both though.
Not for that contract. They weren't going to sign Horford to that contract, but they could have had both of them on there. They could have done it. Just a smaller contract. But I mean,
That's their missing piece right now. That's the missing piece for the Celtics. If they had a big man, I would have picked for the championship. That's the missing piece.
They
Tyson
have a big man.
Tice is not. Are you talking about Tice?
They have. If you look at, listen, Daniel Tice is a very underrated center in the league right now. Very severely underrated.
We were
I'm not
talking about the
saying-
Raptors. Edgar, weren't we talking
I'm
about
not-
the Raptors?
Yeah, I'm about to say,
We're
wait,
talking
wait,
about, let's move on to Celtics because if you
Listen.
get into good Tice, I
Listen.
don't think we can agree.
No.
We were talking about the Raptors at the beginning anyway.
Listen. I'm not saying that Tice is like the best center in the league. I'm just saying he's underrated. But I believe what he does for that team is what they need. Now, Robert Williams is the prototypical center that they have that I believe that Brad Stevens should include in the rotation more.
I agree.
I will say that. Now, if you run Robert with Enes Kanter at the 4, you put Robert at the 5, coming off the bench, and you will. And
I don't like Ennis at the 4 though. I don't like Ennis at the 4.
No, I like Ennis on the floor. Because what he does for offensive rebounding is what Boston has not had in a long time. So he's needed. I know his feet are slow on defense. He's very slow to rotate, but when it comes to rebounding, they need that. So I can be okay with those little deficiencies. We've had those deficiencies before, so I'm not mad at that. But Brad Wanamaker has to be the one that's lesser in the rotation than Romeo Langford. You allow Romeo Langford to be out there with Marcus Smart.
You're getting a little too deep into my roster. We were talking about the Raptors, though. When we were talking about can the Raptors win a championship, that's the question. Because you're getting on players my people don't know. Yeah, we know the stars, man. We don't know the Wanamakers, man. We know the stars. So go ahead and say the Raptors win a championship.
He had to go in depth with his team. Yeah,
I had to. But
back to the Raptors, though. Back to the Raptors.
Can the Raptors win a championship? Derrick?
No.
They cannot?
I don't see it because actually what Edgar just said, Miami is the dark horse in the East. I actually see the Eastern Conference Finals now shaping up to be Boston versus Miami.
Ooh, that was my hot take. Why you gonna take my hot take? Don't take my hot take from me, man. You're stealing my shine on my pod, man. You just stole my shine. That was my hot take. The Heat are making it to the conference. They are beating the Bucks. Oh,
the Bucks are. I don't trust Milwaukee at all.
But why don't you trust Toronto though? What's keeping you from trusting?
Yeah, what is holding you back from Toronto?
It's not that I don't trust them. I just think that the other teams have a little bit more in terms of depth and coaching. I trust
coaching.
No. So you
agree with me with coach of the year.
You agree with me with the depth, but coaching you tripping with the coach.
No. Listen. I'm not saying Nick Nurse is a bad coach.
He's a great coach. Top 3 coach.
In the league now.
He should have won coach of the year this year.
He should have won this year. I agree with that.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree with that. But okay, so for example, the little nuances that Eric Spoelstra can do with coaching, I don't see that with Nick Nurse. Okay. The little things that I see with Brad Stevens in terms of his out of timeout plays, I don't see that with Nick Nurse.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying for me, those two teams have an edge in coaching because I don't see those little things with Nick Nurse. I'm not saying that Nick Nurse is not a great coach. He is. He won a title with last year and far exceeded our expectations of their team this season. So I'm not saying they can't do anything. I just don't pick them to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. But
I don't feel like that coaching flaw. I feel like that coaching flaw is so minuscule to keep.
It's not because I agree with him. I would have Nurse over Stevens.
And I'm not arguing with you on that. I'm not arguing on that.
Yeah. So in terms of adjustments, because we see he can make adjustments now. Finals when it was so I think he's top.
Stevens has frustrated me a couple of times because he has allowed certain players to stay in the game a lot longer and not brought in certain players. That's why I called out Romeo Langford as having more time than Brad Wanamaker, because things like that. If he does not do things like that, the Celtics aren't going to the finals.
Yeah.
They're not. But if he does, they most definitely are. And I believe they will win it. But that's the difference to me in between them getting to the Eastern Conference Finals and getting to the finals. Mm-hmm. But Nick Nurse, to me, I think is he's an incredible coach. I've actually gained respect for him over his last year because I actually thought what he did last year was more so of a fluke. Because
me too.
Yeah, because you got Kawhi Leonard.
Curry hurt.
Yeah.
everybody on Golden State was hurt, though. But what he did in the conference finals, though, is what was key.
I didn't see it as a
Giannis, and he loaded up against him and made Giannis basically run into a wall.
Yeah.
He has shown me his coaching though.
That's why I didn't see it as a fluke. I didn't see that playoff and championship run as a fluke. I
seen
didn't.
The championship as a fluke because everybody on the Warriors was hurt.
That's not a fluke, bro. You can't count that as a fluke.
Really that's not a fluke. That's not a fluke.
More, that's not the right word. Then fluke isn't the right word. But I still had a question about him though.
Yeah. I did too. But that's what I'm saying. He gained my respect this season. But
Correct.
to me, I need to, in order to call a coach a great coach, I need to see what you can do with less. That's why, for me, Steve Kerr is not a great coach. He's cool, but he's not a great coach.
He's not.
Because you see what he did this season. He absolutely.
Now, let's be fair. The roster wasn't like.
The roster was ass. Now
the roster
it was. But see, here's the thing though. The adjustments that he should have done throughout the season, where they could have had a better record or they could have fought in games a little more, I didn't see that. Yeah. So I'm not saying that because they have a horrible record, he's not a good coach. I'm saying that I didn't see the little thing. Yeah, I didn't see those little things. Like Eric Spoelstra, for example.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
When LeBron Wade. Yeah, when he got those championships, it was more like, oh, that's because LeBron was there. When LeBron left, you saw what Eric Spoelstra did. Those teams were fighting. They may not have been great teams, but they were fighting
for a playoff spot every year.
And then you see what they did when they were able to bring in Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is probably the biggest missing piece in Philly right now. Because you see what they've turned into since he left. Minnesota's the same way.
Yeah.
But I that's why Eric Spoelstra has my respect, because he's been able to he's far exceeded expectations with teams that you shouldn't win with. Brad Stevens as well. They got to the Eastern Conference Finals 2 years ago with rookies.
Hold on. Nope. I ain't letting him slip. Because he had the most talented team in the league last season. Kyrie was there, and he blew.
Hold on. That was Kyrie.
No, that was Stevens too. I'm not going to let him out like that. Nope.
Brad Stevens did fail miserably with rotations. Yep. I'm not saying he's absolved, but I'm speaking strictly on what coaches are doing with less. So, for example, when Kyrie was there that first year, and Gordon Hayward was out for the entire season because of that leg injury. Mm-hmm. Both Kyrie and Gordon Hayward were out, right? What did everyone expect? Boston was not going to do anything in the playoffs. Not only did they get deep into the playoffs, they got to the Eastern Conference Finals 7 games. They pushed it to 7 games. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. To me, that's what separates great from good. Those little adjustments. And those little adjustments is what I saw from that season. That's what I don't know. Brad Stevens.
I think that makes you a good coach, but I think handling stars like the Phil Jacksons, like the Spoelstras did, when you playing with a LeBron and you got to handle LeBron and you got to work out that system. When you got a Phil Jackson, you got to work with stars. I think that's what puts you in that upper echelon, and that's why I got somebody like a Nurse up there in the upper echelon because he's worked with Kawhi, and that's why I got somebody like Spoelstra up there in the upper echelon. I can't put Stevens up there because he's not good with handling egos and handling star power when he has it.
He's not good?
He got a growing star in Jason Tatum right now.
That's why
he has a growing star, but I'm saying like stars like a Kyrie when he was there.
Kyrie
gets in his own way though.
Yeah, he gets in his own way because you see what he did in Cleveland, right?
Kyrie literally gets in his own way. You could be the best coach, and Kyrie will get.
That's why I'm not blaming that on Brad Stevens, because you see what happened when Kyrie left. Flip switched, right? Everybody's starting to see Boston was a team that they were meant to be with Kyrie. And that's because Kemba fit that system so much better than Kyrie did. Not saying that Kemba is a better basketball player than Kyrie. Not saying that. But
availability is the biggest ability.
It is, but it's the fit. So Kyrie wanted to handle the ball more, right? And he told you in that Milwaukee series when he had like that god awful game. I forgot what he did, but he had like single digit points or something close to like maybe 10 or 11 points, and he had shot the ball the entire game. Mm-hmm. And he said at the press conference, "I don't care. I'm going to keep shooting." I'm going to keep shooting, not defer to Jason Tatum, not defer to Brown when I can't play, when I'm not hot. That to me, that's more like what Edgar was saying was Kyrie gets in his own way. And that's what made the Celtics fail last year. That's what made them fail.
That's why he apologized to Bron, bro. Because Kyrie wants to be the man, and no matter how bad you want to be the man, sometimes you just not meant to be the man on the team. And that's why Kyrie apologized to Bron.
I don't know.
I didn't get it now.
That's why I respect Dennis Rodman so much.
It was a little too much damn talent on that team, bro.
He played his role.
Talent on that team last year. I want to move on.
Yes,
look for talent last year for y'all to end up where y'all ended up.
For sure. But here's the thing. When the ball does not move and Kyrie on the floor did not allow the ball to move, you can't do anything. Doesn't matter if you have LeBron on the floor or not.
Yep.
If Kyrie's not moving the ball as a point guard, he's not moving the ball, you're done. You're dead in the water.
All right, man, let's move on. And actually, I didn't get my point. I think Raptors can win a championship. I think they're going to the conference finals
this year.
Yes, and I think they will beat the Heat in a series. I really do. And I think we can see Raptors in the championship once again. I don't think they win it because I don't think they beating the Clippers, but I think we can see them again.
I don't think any.
We see them blowing. We see them blowing through teams right now, bro.
No Eastern team.
Championship DNA. Don't take that for granted now. That whole team got championship DNA.
No East team is winning the finals this year.
Can I say
I didn't say winning. I said getting there.
Oh, okay.
My prediction at the beginning of the season was the Clippers versus Celtics in the finals. I'm starting to lose faith in the Clippers now. I'm actually starting to lose faith in them.
You gotta tell him that.
I ain't losing shit.
I think the other LA team.
I'm starting to lose faith in them, man. And Doc Rivers, that's my coach. But I'm starting to lose faith. I don't know. They're gonna have to show me.
There's no reason for you to lose faith. Y'all losing faith because they lost to the Suns?
No.
Everybody questioning the Lakers because they lost to the Raptors just now.
Ain't nobody questioning it. We all know that's gonna be the conference finals. So we know how it's gonna end.
It is.
We know how it's gonna end up in the West.
I literally seen so much criticism for the Lakers losing to the Raptors on social media.
Here's the thing. If the Clippers and Lakers make it to the Western Conference Finals, the Clippers will make it to the finals.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
They will make it.
Yes.
Yes, they will.
Kawhi will give Bron fits like he always does.
Oh, for
if
sure.
They make it.
AD is the X factor though, because they have no answer for AD.
If they make it, it's going to be after a 7-game series. I'm telling you that right now.
It's gonna be tough. Oh yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough road.
Yeah.
But that's also why I chose the Celtics in that series if they make it to the finals, because the Clippers are gonna have more of a battle in their hands than the Celtics will.
Are you telling me the Celtics gonna beat the Clippers?
That's if that was if that match.
Hey, let's move on. Let's move on.
No, I'm telling you, that was my finals prediction at the beginning of the season.
Okay. I'm looking at you like.
I'm sticking with my prediction.
Let's talk about Houston.
Kawhi Leonard is a robot. Let me just say that. Yeah. He does not get tired. Paul George, great two-way player. You got Lou Will, greatest six man ever coming off the bench. You got what's his name? Trez.
Harold ain't even back yet. That's something that we ain't talking about enough. He ain't even back in the bubble yet.
Right.
Yeah.
In time for the playoffs. So that's something I would be worried about if I was the Clippers. I want him in shape by playoff time.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm not worried about them when they play the Lakers. I'm not worried about them. But let's talk about Houston, who can mess up this Western Conference Finals prediction that we all got going on. Because I really think if they play the Lakers, in the conference or in the second round, they're pushing them to 7 and or beating them.
How about this? I don't know that the Lakers make it to the second round if the Blazers get in.
Speaking of facts, man. I told this nigga that last week, man.
I don't know.
No one was saying this until he said it. No one thought about this until he said it.
No.
Following the blind.
I didn't
take your glasses off so they can see the blind at the following.
I didn't see Quincy say this on social media.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you what I've been seeing, especially with Nurkic coming back in. Nurkic is the X factor for the Blazers.
He just dunked on Bol too. I just seen him dunk on Bol.
Talk that talk, bro. Hey, everybody back. And who is stopping Dame and CJ? No Avery Bradley.
Caruso.
Rondo.
You put Caruso on Dame? You put Caruso on Dame? What? Huh? You ain't putting no Caruso on Dame, man.
If Caruso is on Dame, he's gonna lose the rest of his hair.
Literally losing all his minutes. The perception y'all got of Caruso is literally going out the window after that.
Caruso and Kuz are gonna come in clutch, and everybody gonna put respect back on Kuz's name.
Here he gonna deal with this Kuz talk. Man, get on him, bro. Yeah, get on him.
No, you know what? I think the Lakers actually messed up with the trade. They should have included Kuzma in that trade, not Brandon Ingram. Now, if you're talking about Brandon Ingram,
they wouldn't have took that though. If you're the Pelicans, you're not taking that. You needed Ingram.
They probably would have.
No,
because you had Lonzo.
Ingram was the prize.
Listen. I'm not saying Ingram wasn't the prize, but you already know you're going to lose AD. Let's just say hypothetically, they were able to do that. They were able to pull that off. In fact, they didn't even need to make a trade. They could have just waited the season out. They would have still gotten AD. But if you had Brandon Ingram on that team right now instead of Kuzma, I would agree with you. They kill the Blazers. I would agree.
Because he still wouldn't fit though, because he would still be the Brandon Ingram of last season because LeBron is a system unto himself. And
LeBron is a system of himself.
You have to fit the LeBron system.
That's the fit. LeBron needs a spot-up shooter. Kuz is the best fit you were going to get. Because
Kuzma's not a spot-up shooter, though.
He's not a spot-up shooter, but he's streaky. He's streakier than I was.
Yeah, he's streaky.
Streakier than Ingram.
He's streaky. Yeah, it was, and then also J.R. Smith. That's another streaky player that they have on the Lakers.
Thank you. Respect.
I told him Dion was going to be the one to step up. If anybody going to step up, it's going to be Dion.
Dion will step up more than
JR.
No, Dion will step up more than JR. But what I'm saying is JR is a streaky player. I don't know what I'm getting when I see with JR anymore.
Just don't give him the ball in the last 30 seconds.
Don't give him the ball.
As long as they don't do that, he going to be clutch. As long as they don't do that.
You think?
Do y'all think Houston a threat though, bro?
For sure.
Are they messing up anything in the playoffs? Are y'all predicting Houston messing anything up?
Houston is a threat.
Yeah.
It can mess somebody up in the second round.
But will you predict that? Will any of you two predict?
Oh, no, I won't predict that.
Something up.
It's possible, but I'm not predicting that.
I'm being honest. Beginning of the season, when they started working toward the small ball lineup and they completely committed to it when they got rid of Capella, I wrote them off. Because there was no way in hell they were going to do anything. They proved me wrong.
Definitely.
They proved me wrong.
Yeah.
I can honestly say I don't know. I don't know if they can get to the Western Conference Finals. They could do it.
Definitely.
I don't know if I trust them, but the way these refs are acting in this bubble now, it's very possible they could get there. Because these refs have been trash.
The backcourt will win. The best backcourt will win a lot of these series, man. Games. And they have a top 2 backcourt in the league. Westbrook is not – he's going to come out your net every game. And like you said, he's going to get those.
One thing I will say, because Quincy, I've been very skeptical ever since like November. I've been very skeptical of the D'Antoni system. But I feel like this – is the best that we've seen this D'Antoni system work since because the efficiency has gone through the roof. The speed at which they play, they were like 27th in pace, offensive pace last year. This season, ever since Russ got there, it's like they're like 3rd or 4th in offensive pace. And like the backcourt now is just way more dangerous because Russ is starting to hit more threes. Harden is like he's being way more clutch with the amount of shots he takes as opposed to how many he misses. So.
Yeah. But I want to ask you this, Derrick. When is James Harden going to get the appreciation he deserves for just being great? Or are you a James Harden hater too? When is he going to get his appreciation? Because
you're calling me a hater because I don't like the way –
he needs to be – are you a hater or are you an appreciator?
I'm not a hater, but I don't appreciate how he plays either.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. I'm not hating on this man.
And here's the thing. Kobe Bryant said himself you don't win championships playing the way James Harden plays.
But he could have easily won a championship if Chris Paul ain't get hurt, though. Are we forgetting that season?
Bro, they missed like 30 points.
When they had the Warriors 3-2 and Chris Paul hamstring?
And that was
that
against.
Season. They would have beat Cleveland. Are we forgetting that season?
Oh, you saying that Houston team would have beat Cleveland?
Was LeBron?
That Houston team was not being that.
They are beating LeBron.
No,
that was the last year LeBron when LeBron had nobody on his team.
James Harden would have been the only person eating in that series. I promise.
Yeah.
LeBron had nobody on his team.
Yeah.
Who's stopping him? That was Jeff Green was your second best player. I ain't heard about nobody.
I don't know.
That year.
I don't know. Look. All I know is the Mamba said you don't win championships that way. The man had 5 rings.
The Mamba lied. He would have won a championship that year. All right.
James Harden is going to go down as one of the best scorers of all time.
For sure.
Top 3 to top 2.
I ain't gonna say top 3 yet. Cause I want to wait till I'll give it like 5 more years. Give it 5 more years.
How can you be number 1 in scoring for all this time, bro? What, the last 4 or 5 years and not be respected as a top 2 scorer?
Within the next 4 to 5 years, if I see continuous growth and I see what I'm seeing now over the next 4 to 5 seasons, I can give you top 3. But right now, I'll say he has a chance to make it as one of the best scorers of all time. But
James Harden is one of the greatest players I've ever seen in my life.
The fact that he begs for the foul before he tries to make the shot.
That's no. Y'all be lying about that shit, man.
I don't like that.
That's what y'all be like. Y'all don't be watching the games for.
I don't.
Now
he be getting fouled. Bro, that's his IQ, though. That's really hurting him because of his IQ. If Kobe had this type of calls in his era, he would have been doing this.
No, Kobe led the game.
If he was getting calls like that, if he was getting, Kobe's IQ was higher than that, my G. Kobe's IQ was higher than that. He would have been doing the same thing
way
he's
too much
doing.
to play like that. Kobe respected basketball way too much to play like that.
That's
all about IQ and using that rule book to your advantage, bro.
James Harden has a high IQ. I will say that, but Kobe not cheating the game like that, bro.
No.
I ain't cheating the game when you calling it like that. When the rule book say I can do this, or it's gonna be called if I do this. Why are you doing that? That's
just because you can. That don't mean you.
That's the game you playing.
That doesn't mean you should.
The game you playing.
That doesn't mean
that's the game you playing, bro. And y'all saying every time he take 3 steps, y'all saying he traveling when y'all don't know the rule book. It's like every time it's not. He's not traveling none of these times. He's never traveling.
Everybody
never.
What I will say, everybody in this league
never traveling. Go look up James Harden travel lives, and you will see literally videos of people calling him that he's traveling and he's not.
Oh no, James Harden don't travel that much. He has his moments
at all.
No, he has his moments now. He has.
I was about to say I've seen him travel.
The social media refs will say he traveled, but the people who know the rule book know he's not traveling.
No, I'm not saying every time that they call a travel is an actual travel, but I have seen him travel. I won't say he doesn't travel. I have seen him travel.
In the rule book, that does not mean that is right.
That is, bro. If it's in the rule book, that's not what are you talking about. If it's in the rule book, that's the rule. And he's doing the rules. Just because he stretches the rules and nobody has ever done it before, y'all think it's a travel. Just because he's ever done it before.
Everybody in the league right now.
In the guidelines.
Everybody in the league right now flops, and everybody in the league stretches the rules, but they do it to a certain extent, bro. James Harden just goes way past the limit of expectation when it comes to flopping.
All right. Y'all James.
He's been doing it less. I'll credit him.
MPJ.
Way less.
MPJ. Michael Porter Jr., bro.
You're not just going, when you lose the argument.
A little too much.
Derrick, when he loses the argument, he likes to go to that topic.
I'm not losing the argument because I know what James Harden is. I know he's the greatest scorer I've ever seen in my life. One of the greatest scorers I've ever seen in my life. True shit. And y'all niggas that don't be on social media, this game, be mad about it and not appreciating what y'all got in front of y'all. That's what
I appreciate what type of player he is, but I don't like a lot of what he's done to the game.
Exactly. That's what.
And there's a difference, bro. Because I can't say that about Kobe Bryant. I appreciate what Kobe Bryant brought to the game. I appreciate the type of player he was. I just don't appreciate because listen, there's certain things about the game that I like to stay old school. That's just me though.
But it's a new school game.
I know.
You can't be mad at Harden for doing that.
Listen. I understand that. But Harden, the crying that he does on the court to me.
Now y'all saying he crying.
No, it ain't a
All
crying.
right, man. All right,
No,
man. All right,
no,
man.
I'm saying
Michael Porter Jr., man.
I'm saying a lot of this stuff where he's calling for fouls and stuff like that, those aren't fouls.
That's 80% of the league, though, bro. 80% of the league be crying for calls.
I'm not saying they don't, but he does a lot of it more than the other players.
He's influenced so many other people to do it to the degree
that
do it now.
That's why I don't like that. That's the part of the game that I feel is gone overboard with James Harden, because like Edgar said, that's what he's influenced on other players. Because now players are calling for fouls and looking at refs, they're not going back on transition. That's
been the game for a minute, bro. I'm not gonna blame James.
There was a certain point of time when James Harden was damn near the only one getting these fouls.
Yes,
for a certain period of time,
for about a year or two. For about a year or two.
Yeah, exactly. For about a good year or two, he was the only one getting these type of fouls. Now everybody, you can't even touch the wrist.
Yeah,
now niggas falling after you touch the wrist.
That's a foul if you touch a nigga wrist. What are we saying? That's a foul. Right, bro. Michael Porter Jr., bro. Whatever. He in the starting lineup. He going crazy. He's got 37 and 15 in one game. He had 30 and 15 in the next game, man. So should Denver, bro, because we've been saying this for a long time, Edgar, bro. We've been saying this since the beginning of the season. My nigga need to be in the starting lineup because he is the X for this team.
I agree. I'm glad to see him snap out.
Yeah. So they have 3 starters out, so that's the reason why he is in the starting lineup right now. But should Denver keep them there? Derrick, let me know something, man.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when healthy, he is a beast. So I don't see why you don't start him. I don't see why you don't.
But it's something about Mike Malone, bro. I feel like he doesn't trust him in the late moments and because he really yanks him out after every little mistake, felt like early in the regular.
Mike Malone has had some questionable rotations. Yeah. So I don't know. Like that's not an indictment on Porter. That's an indictment on Malone. You know, not to say he's not a good coach. He is a really good coach. It's just that there's certain things, certain rotations, when you know you have a killer sitting there on the bench, when healthy, you let him go. You don't let him sit on the bench.
Yeah.
That's what's frustrated me over the last year watching Denver is like he's just sitting there.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see that he's even though he's only there because other starters aren't there, I'm glad to see that he is proving that he can be trusted out on the floor. Now you have him.
Take your chance.
Bro, if everybody's able to get back healthy and right before the playoffs and start playing, Denver is
No, I'm not taking it that far.
No. I'm not saying they go to the finals. I'm saying
I got them losing the first round.
They can make some noise though. They could definitely make some noise in the second round.
Next couple years,
if they play Houston in the first round, who winning?
Houston.
Yeah, because of experience.
It won't just be a day.
That's a likely first round matchup though.
Because of experience, but you're not having everybody on there. You know, will everybody be back?
Everybody will be back by playoff time though.
So
it won't be
it won't be a sweep, but it's more of a chemistry issue at that point. You know, everybody
played with this group at all. Murray hasn't played with this group at all.
Yeah, and that's gonna be an issue. That's gonna be an issue.
So how you feel about Michael Porter?
I feel the same way Derrick feels. I love the fact that even though it took injuries for him to be able to start, the fact that he's starting now and showing everybody why he low-key should have been starting from the get-go.
We've been saying this forever.
Yeah, like Quinn has been saying this for the longest. And then once I really started paying attention to the Nuggets, I was like, yeah, I feel the same way. So being able to see that now, as I was just about to say, Denver in the next season or two is going to be one of the biggest threats in the West. They already kind of are since their seeding kind of high.
My big homie had said that.
Yeah, I feel like over the next season or two, it's going to be crazy.
But he had said if Bobo comes into his own, then we can see something from the Nuggets.
That's going to take another year.
That's what he was hinging on. He was really hinging on Bobo. That's why I really didn't go with his argument. But I was like, because I don't trust Bobo yet. I still got to see more from.
I like Bo. If Bo get bigger, it's gonna be.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna take another year or so for that to happen.
Man, that next season or two, get some weight on Bo. Let them gain like 25, 30 pounds. It's over.
Yeah,
man, it's gonna be crazy, bro. Because he's the X factor for this team. Michael Porter Jr. has to be the star of this team. It can't be Jokic. It has to be Michael Porter Jr. Man, it has. You have to have a wing player that needs to be a clutch player, somebody you can give it to at the end of the game. It can't be Jokic.
Yeah.
Porter has to come into his own. He has to. Because I never trusted, even though he had his moments last season, I never trusted Jamal Murray. It was always something about Murray that I couldn't get on to, even though he got his big contract and he showed moments. Michael Porter is definitely that guy I point to, though.
So in a big three, what's your ranking for them?
I would have MPJ. If they want to win a championship, I would have MPJ, Jokic, Murray. I wouldn't even have Bowl in there.
That's
right now.
That's how I would have it.
Yeah.
Bowl's not a factor to me right now.
Yeah.
It would be, to me, it'd be Porter, Jokic, and Murray as well. That's
Definitely,
how I would see it.
bro.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You play through Porter, they're gonna be crazy.
That's what they've been missing because Will Barton solid. He's a solid wing player. But he's not somebody you can give it to down the stretch. You know what I'm saying? He's just a solid wing. You got somebody who was elite, a top prospect like Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
He takes you to the next level, and that's what they're trying to get to. And he's it.
Sure.
He's the guy.
Sure.
All right, man. So I always wanted to talk about this topic. And Jonathan Isaac. So he just got an ACL injury. So prayers up, pray that he get back soon. But before he got injured, a game before that, or a couple of games he did play, he didn't kneel before the game while the national anthem was going on. And it was a big thing on social media. A lot of people like, why you not kneeling? A lot of people kneeling. It's for social justice. You black. Why you not kneeling? So how do you guys feel about it? I feel about him not kneeling at all. Because it definitely had something that I have felt ways about.
I feel like I had mixed feelings on it because he didn't kneel and he didn't wear the Black Lives Matter shirt or whatever. Oh, I don't know what it said. I think it said Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter, yeah.
But he didn't wear the shirt and he didn't kneel. So at first I'm like, whoa, like, hold on now. Like, what's going on? When he gave his reasoning, half of his reasoning.
It didn't make sense to me, bro. It didn't make sense to me.
It was certain parts that did, and there were certain parts like you shouldn't have said that. Some of the parts that made sense were what I always say. What's the next step? Like, we get it. Everybody's kneeling. Everybody's wearing the propaganda. Everybody's sending the message. But now, when is the work going to come in? So that statement he made on what's the next move, I agree with that. But you still.
But that wasn't his reasoning, though.
It wasn't his reasoning. That's why I said certain things that he said made sense, and other things that he said, I was like, you tripping. So,
because he was saying something about the gospel was his reasoning for not kneeling, and I didn't understand that at all. So, Derrick, how did you feel about it?
See, my thing is you can't speak on something if you're not educated. He's clearly not educated.
He's
clearly.
not.
So,
yeah.
And here's the thing. I don't have a problem with people not kneeling.
Me neither.
exactly.
Here's the thing.
But his reasoning didn't make sense.
If you're not going to kneel, that's your God-given right. Just like it's their God-given right to kneel. I'm okay with that. Where he messed up was not wearing the shirt in terms of optics. But his reasoning is completely, like, it was all over the place.
It was.
Now, I here's my thing. When you're talking about what's the action after that, the NBA has committed to donating like $300 million over the next 10 years. They're making sure that the players' voices are heard. I'm not really for the Black Lives Matter being on the court and everything like that. To me, that's more propaganda. But I'm okay with it. That to me, that shows the league is behind the players and they're behind the movement. So I'm good with it. So that where he's saying what's the next step, that to me is dumb because you're seeing the league is actually taking action. Now for him, he's 22 years old, right? So I'm not using this as an excuse, but I have to assume that it's because his brain is not fully developed yet. Because he has not learned what it is he's actually trying to talk about. Not everybody needs to speak. That's my issue with this whole thing is that you have people all over the place that are talking when they don't need to talk. Not everyone needs to speak. If you just want to do the work, do the work. Not everyone needs to talk. You know what I'm saying? Just do the work. He's one of those people that just need to do the work. And now that he's on the sidelines with this injury, this is his time to actually sit and study. He needs to learn because if you're going to get back in front of a camera on a mic and speak again, you need to speak and be wise about what you're talking about. Now you need to go talk to Chris Paul. You need to go talk to Steph Curry. You need to go talk to LeBron James. Everyone, the OGs in the league, he needs to go reach out to and learn from. Carmelo Anthony, all of them. Because what he's doing is more of a distraction to the very cause. He's saying, what are we doing? That makes no sense to me. If you want to be this beacon of whatever, actually help the cause and not hurt it. Because when you distract from the reasonings why this is going on, all you're doing is helping the other side that's saying, hey, now he's going to be viewed as the token black person for the other side as to why we should be doing this, that, and the other.
And I don't like the fact that when he got, like, regardless of how I feel like how he views the topic, I don't like the fact that when he got hurt, so many people were happy that he got hurt. I will never praise somebody getting hurt like that, especially like a young black brother, like, and that's your career. Yeah. Like, regardless of what side of the fence you on, I just personally would not want to see that for you. Is karma a bitch? Yeah. But I ain't gonna sit here. Gonna sit here and be like, yeah, that's what you get. Blah blah blah. Like, I've seen a lot of people doing that, and I don't feel
way
like
too much.
Yeah,
they're doing that way too much.
But Derrick, I agree with you, man, that I don't have a problem with anybody kneeling, because that first game when they first show everybody on the sideline kneeling, I was like, hey, a lot of people on this sideline, a lot of these white folks on the sideline really don't know what the hell they kneeling for. They just kneeling, everybody else kneeling.
And that's the thing. A lot of people that are kneeling aren't even kneeling for the right reasons. They might be kneeling because I don't want to be called out for this, that, and the other. Kneeling. So just because you sit down and you're kneeling, to me, doesn't mean you're actually behind the cause.
Exactly.
I need to see the work, the action behind the work behind the action. Mm-hmm. I need to see that. To me, that means a lot. So if they're going to do that, like, here's the thing: Myers Leonard didn't kneel the other day. Mm-hmm. But he still had the shirt on. He stood with his teammates, and he gave his reasons to why he didn't kneel. I didn't have a problem with it. I don't care. Yeah. I don't care, because guess what? Now it's actually cool to kneel now. It's okay to kneel now. When Kaepernick did this 4 years ago, he was ostracized and basically lost his career. So it's okay to do it now because it's commercialized. Yeah. But when he did it, there were a ton of black players I didn't see kneel with him.
Exactly. It was his teammates looking like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you kneeling for?
Only two other players that I saw kneel. Kenny Stills and Eric Reed. Those are the only two players I actually saw kneel.
And you know what I think about when I hear that? Quincy knows I say this all the time. My favorite movie of all time is Higher Learning. And the movie
Well, that's my favorite movie, boy. What you talking about, boy?
That's your favorite movie too?
That's my favorite movie, boy. What you talking about?
I never knew that. No, like, I never knew that.
That's my background. What you talking about? That's my background on Twitter.
I never paid attention to your background. What the hell?
That's my look. That's my hammer on Twitter, bro. It's Ice Cube. Oh boy, what's old boy's name? I'm forgetting.
Busta Rhymes.
Steps and his daddy or the teacher. Who was the teacher?
Oh, Lawrence Fishburne.
Fishburne. Yeah, that's my background.
Oh, I don't look at his head like that. But anyways, as I was saying, one of my favorite parts in the movie that's so prevalent to today was when Ice Cube was sitting with Omar Epps at the table. They was playing Monopoly, and he was asking him. He was like, "Picture this scenario: you at a football game. The American flag is above your head. You're around a bunch of white people. Everybody stands for the pledge, and then everybody looks at you sitting down. What you gonna do?" And then Omar Epps was like, "I'll probably be so nervous, I stand up. All the eyes on me." And Cube just looking at him like, you don't even get why I'm asking you that question. And now, like Derrick said, there's so many people kneeling that everybody looking at you like, why you not kneeling? So it's like, I'll probably kneel just to save the embarrassment.
Exactly.
So it's literally the reverse situation now that's so prevalent today.
Exactly. Yeah. Man, I haven't pledged allegiance to the flag since 5th grade. That's been my whole reason is because of how the country treated our ancestors, and that was my whole thing. I'm not standing for the anthem. I'm not pledging allegiance. I went to a couple of games where, of course they're playing that. I was pretty much the only person in the area that was just sitting down. Everybody's looking at us. What y'all gonna do? Like,
yeah.
What are you gonna do? That doesn't mean I'm not patriotic. That just means I don't agree with this.
And we did it so much growing up because me and Quincy went to the same elementary school, same middle school for a minute, same high school, all that. So it was like we were in situations where we just weren't thinking about it that deep.
Exactly.
We just stood up for a few seconds in the morning when the bell rang, let the thing go, say the pledge and all that, and then we sat back down. We ain't think about it that deep. Because most of the time we didn't even actually say the pledge. We just stood up as it was born.
Yeah.
That junk crazy, man. So, like I said, prayers up to Jonathan Isaac, man. I pray that he comes back more educated and definitely healthy, bro.
Yeah.
So let's move on to college football, man. Edgar, man, it's happening, bro. UConn is canceling their season, bro. Derrick, how do you feel about it? And is this going to start a trend? But I want to say this first. I did see something about the Big Ten saying they're confirming that they're going to play their season. I think they're going to start a little after Labor Day. So they already confirmed their season. And UConn is an independent school, so they weren't really in a conference and nobody was depending on them. But I still think it will start a domino effect. Derrick, what do you think?
I think it could. But my whole thing is it's kind of weird. If schools don't even have students on the campus, what's the purpose of having a game? It doesn't make any sense. You're not bringing people in, and you're not getting income for tickets. So it doesn't make any sense to even have a game like that.
Oh yeah, I seen that Florida State actually was going to have like 20 to 25% capacity. So
yeah,
they have ticket income.
There are some schools that are doing it. I don't think this is going to wipe out college football this season though, because you have an institution that is where the players don't have a union. So there is not, they can't do like the NFL. They can't do like the NBA and just opt out and be okay. They got to play. No, players can opt out, but I'm saying unless the ones that are opting out are the ones that are the more well-known ones. Yeah, those are the ones that are more NFL ready. But the other ones that, like, say, for example, maybe someone that just came from high school, you're a freshman. In the back of your mind, you're just gonna go play because I need to get
First
on.
I gotta take my classes because that scholarship money. I gotta take my classes.
Yeah.
But you can take your classes online though and not play football. Like, you don't have to play football to take your classes.
But you still need that scholarship.
If you're on scholarship though.
I'm saying, but even if you opt out, they can't punish you and take away your scholarship for not playing.
You don't know, bro.
That's the thing. It's possible.
Yeah,
I can't imagine they doing that.
It's possible.
We remember when Pro was telling us how they could just take your scholarship away with certain shit? Mm-hmm. You never know. It may not be right.
That's a different situation. With Pro was different. This is like a pandemic that's going on.
I know, but I'm just saying, but I'm just saying, even in a situation where things in the world are normal, that's happening. What about now in a pandemic? Like, everything is just so spontaneous nowadays, bro. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened. Yeah. But my take on it is I don't see this ending college football. I do believe some conferences will still play. I feel like if the big ones like the SEC, the ACC, and the Big Ten play, I'm good personally because those are the teams that everybody really want to watch anyway. Nobody's looking at the FBS or the Pac-12 for the most part unless you're an Oregon fan and stuff like that. So other than the three big conferences, if none of those are touched, we're going to see college football to the full extent that we want to see it.
But this is the thing, bro. We talk about this for the past few weeks. It's football. Corona can be passed around at any time. So can you even see the season lasting? And that's the thing I can't see the season lasting because of the pandemic. Like, why do we keep trying to play games? Because Corona is going to be involved, bro.
Here's the thing. I don't know that the NFL season is going to last.
Me neither. That's what I'm saying.
And they have better provisions than college football. If they might not go through the whole entire season, I can't see the college football having a full season.
But one thing I want to point out that y'all were talking about when it comes to, I think, Derrick, you had said it, how the NFL, you got the players union and stuff like that. College doesn't have that. Mm-hmm. I've been seeing Gator football players tweet over the past couple of days. They've been speaking out against the NCAA. They want to see us play. They don't care about our health and our safety. We're the guinea pigs. We're the experiment to see if the NFL can work. And when I seen that, I was like, they really speaking out on this shit.
But Edgar, this is the thing, bro. When you got that type of mentality, you got to take a stand, though, bro. If you got that mentality saying they want us to play, opt out. Especially if you're a good player, bro. You need to be opting out. You and your players need to come together and say, hey, they want to treat us like guinea pigs. Let's take it away from them. Take it out of their hands, bro, and opt out. And say, we not playing. Y'all not-
you know I'm one for taking a stand. Like, you know I'm one for that.
Yeah.
But you have there's such a big chance that your education can be affected, bro. That's the only reason I'm saying they probably shouldn't. That's the only reason why. Because if they take their scholarship away and be like, well, if we have a season and y'all choose to not play, and they say we can take y'all scholarship money away since y'all don't want to play this season, you know how like so many people would have to go home, or like they'll just.
I don't think they're taking their scholarship away though, bro. It's just recruiting involved in type of like that.
Never know, bro.
Recruit nobody for you. You can keep your scholarship for this season. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was for pro situation. Somebody was recruited over him. That's why they took his scholarship. But in this situation, like, bro, we're in the midst of the season. Ain't nobody getting recruited over you. You got your scholarship at least for this season. So I can't see them take away your scholarship because you're not playing and you opted out because of a pandemic.
I can't see it either, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. That's what I'm saying. The uncertainty.
I'm expecting for that to happen just because
of it, bro.
Yeah, I'm expecting for it to happen. To some players, at least the lower end.
So I'll tell you this, bro. So Bryce Young, he's a 5-star who's going to Alabama. If he say him and a few other players, so he's probably gonna be starter for Alabama this year. If he say I'm opting out, hey Nick, say I'm opting out. You think they're gonna take away his scholarship? No.
I
don't know. Like, scholarship away.
You don't
know. Taking his scholarship.
That's the scary part. You don't know. Like you really don't. I don't
think they are because the optics of it, bro. The optics don't look good for the NCAA. You got to think about that too. If you taking away somebody's scholarship because they don't want to play during a pandemic,
how about this?
The team.
The optics already look bad because they're making these players play.
Exactly.
That's true, but it looks even worse if you're taking away their scholarship.
It does, but I don't think it's going to hurt them any more than forcing players to play that are not being paid to play. You see what I'm saying?
I think it does.
I don't know.
The pros don't even really know how to handle this shit yet. I don't expect college football to know how to handle it yet. That's all I'm saying. Like the fact that college football feels like they got. Now I will commend them because I've been very critical of the NFL. Like, how the hell y'all don't really have a plan yet, and y'all had all this time. So the fact that college football beat them as far as making a plan, I'll give them a hand clap for that because they made something shake with the time they were given. But at the same time, if the players still do not feel safe and don't want to play and risk their health, you can't be mad at that.
I can't commend none of these, bro. I can't commend nobody. Anybody who playing football, I can't commend you, bro, because you putting your players at risk. You thinking about money over the safety of players. I can't commend you for anything.
But I'm going to say this.
Putting money over the player's safety, bro. I can't commend you for that.
The virus is not going anywhere. Like, I need people to understand that. The virus is not going anywhere.
Yeah, at least another year.
Yeah.
But even though the virus, those who seriously do get it and experience symptoms, even then, it's like the death count is not matching the positive test count.
But that's not the point, though.
But what I'm saying is, it's like we know it's not going anywhere. We know the death count isn't scary to the point where if you catch it, you might die. Like, and we know for a fact that as long as everybody stays sanitary, even with large crowds, you can control it to a certain extent. So I feel like if you can find a way to make it work, take that risk.
When you have a bunch of Karens that are refusing to wear masks and stuff like that.
Fans? I don't feel like there should be fans in there. I
don't think they should be either. I don't think there should be any there either, but they're still going to be there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, just have security measures so nobody's tailgating. If you don't have tailgaters, you won't have a problem.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of this doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
A lot of this doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And we just had David Wilson on the pod, bro. He said the same thing. Somebody who's been on that football field, bro. He said himself, I don't know why they're playing. So if somebody who played in the league and he's talking to the league saying the same thing, why are they playing, bro? Even the players are questioning the plan here. Because plan in place.
But one thing I will say, I want to point out OBJ in this situation because recently, OBJ, he made some social media posts basically talking about how the owners don't really care about their health and safety, blah, blah, blah. They're trying to hurry up and make the league come back so that way they can, get their bucks and get their dollars and everything. But OBJ was also one of the people, he wasn't one of the main people, but he was definitely one of the people who wanted the season to come back. Like, he was ready to play. He wanted the season to come back. He been training and training. He ready to get back. He ready to prove everybody that he's still a top 10 receiver in the league and everything. So what I will say to that is, don't beg for something, and then when it's about to happen, you have complaints at the same time.
But I would say this about OBJ. I'll shoot him this bell though. He probably thought it was going to be a better plan in place than there is because I would shoot him that bell because damn, we the $1 billion industry right now, and you can't have a plan set up. Making millions and billions around here.
So I'll give him that bailout. I'll probably give him that bailout.
They see, when you have people that are in positions of power that were believing the things that were coming from this current administration saying, oh, heat is going to kill this. You have people that are in positions of power in the league that were along the same lines. So they most likely, which I'm thinking is the actual reason as to why they didn't prepare, they figured, oh, we're going through the summer. Summer's going to kill it off. And we're going to have football right back to where we had it. And now look at you. Look at you. This season looks just as bad. You know what? This season looks just as bad as the draft did.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally that bad.
No, I totally agree with you.
I don't see how you have 4 or 5 months to prepare yourselves to do the right thing. Here's the thing. I know the NFL is trying to do the virtual fan thing, or they're looking into doing it. I don't see how you're going to do it.
Oh, that's going to be terrible.
That's going to be trash.
Unless
there are only certain spots that I could see that being effective. Atlanta is one because they have the new LED board in the Sky Dome, and I'd maybe say the Saints, but that only works in a few arenas. Think about this: going to a Seattle game, not hearing that crowd the way that we're used to hearing that crowd.
You need the 12th man if you see that.
You need that. You cannot manufacture that noise. I don't care how many Madden games you're putting into the system to ramp up that noise. Is not going to equal
the Chiefs at Arrowhead. You need Arrowhead liveness, bro. You need that liveness.
Yeah. So I don't know how they're gonna replicate that. This season, to me, I don't see it happening. And trust me, I want to see it happen. I'm a fan of the game, but when you have people in positions of power that are not taking the adequate steps to ensure that we can have a game, the NFL and the NFLPA just came to an agreement within the last week and a half. And the players are all on social media saying we want to play. Like if you don't make it happen, we're not playing.
Yeah.
Come on now. That was, to me, that you're a $1 billion corporation that does not know how to run your product. And that's trash.
Right.
That is absolute trash. So if any league deserves this, the NFL deserves it. And baseball.
Yeah. I don't see baseball getting through either. So you don't see baseball or football getting through the season. Derrick?
Nope.
And I told you, if it were to happen, more teams caught it.
This man go with if.
There's nothing wrong with ifs. You can have that's a hypothesis. That's literally a hypothesis.
Are you predicting it, yes or no, Edgar Martin?
I gave you a hypothesis. I gave you
Are you predicting yes or no?
Clearly didn't take science class because I gave you.
All right, bro. Antonio Brown. Let's get on to Let's move on to Antonio Brown, bro. So he got his 8-game suspension for the sexual assault allegations. Honestly, did he even get charged by that lady? I don't even know what happened with that. It really
not been keeping up with it.
I haven't either. It's just
it really got swept under the rug, so I didn't really hear it too much. Because that's 8-game suspension. He's going to be back this season. That's why we're talking about this man. He's going to be back this season. So let's talk about these team picks. Because he's going to come back this season.
I don't see it.
You don't see it.
You know why?
You go first, then. You go first. Who we going to?
Because I don't see the season happening.
Oh, that too. Okay, yeah. I'm saying if the season happens, hypothetically.
Okay.
So
you know my hypothesis.
So you can say if. If we put a hypothesis in there, that's
so
what
you can say if. Okay, I get it.
I'm not predicting anything.
I get it.
I ask you a yes or no question, and you're giving me if.
If the statement is a prediction.
Does that make sense? If I ask you
if the statement is literally a prediction. We're not going to go through this again.
Antonio Brown team fits. Okay, so you got the Packers, you got the Ravens, you got the Seahawks. If the season is played in full and he can spend his whole 8-game suspension, where is the best fit for Antonio Brown? Derrick, since you want to do this.
No.
Oh no, what you about to show?
No.
Derrick, why do you see Antonio Brown?
I need y'all to read this.
Get that off my screen, man.
I need y'all to read what it says.
Get that off the screen.
I need y'all to read it.
Get that off my screen. I'm trying to run a cohesive podcast. You trying to show me I know what the definition of hypothesis is. I know what the definition is, nigga. Damn. Derrick, man. This nigga here messing me up, man.
Synonyms. Presumption. Preposition.
But doesn't say prediction. Prediction. All right, there. Team fit. Before you start. Prediction, bro, for Antonio Brown.
I'm gonna say most likely is Seattle. Best fit. Pittsburgh.
You see him going back?
I haven't thought about that. You think he's going back with Antonio?
No, I don't think he's going to go back. But I'm saying if you're talking about best fit, best fit. There are
best fits that's actually going to happen.
Oh no, Seattle.
That's actually going to happen.
Yes, Seattle. But hypothetically,
that's the word of the day. That's the word of the day here.
Hypothetically,
hypos.
Yeah. they already know him. So that's why I think that would be the best fit because they already know him. They know what to expect from him. Seattle doesn't know what to expect from him, but best fit, I guess, realistically would be Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree. Because we had this conversation a couple weeks ago.
We did. We had a couple weeks ago.
I feel like other than Seattle,
I like the Packers. They were talking about the Packers today, right? I was like,
not with Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Not with Rodgers.
So,
Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers not having that. I'm telling
you. What?
Now on field, if you're talking about on field, that would be crazy. On field, the Hail Mary, that's 100% going to happen.
I'm talking about chemistry and locker room connection.
But this is the thing, bro. If you're Aaron Rodgers, bro, you're highly upset that they didn't draft a wide receiver, bro. So they need to make up with that. They need to make up with that in some type of way.
Oh, the talent gonna be there. The talent gonna be there. We're not questioning that.
That's what I'm saying. So you got to make up for the talent that you didn't draft. And by bringing in somebody like AB, I think that can make up for the wide receiver you didn't draft. AB is still
what about Josh Gordon?
Wide receiver talent, probably.
He's been showing maturity. I will say this again. He's been showing maturity.
And he has the eyes on him now. So he's not going to mess up. I don't think he's going to mess up.
He's not trying to rap anymore.
Thank God.
That
was absolute garbage. That was worse than Le'Veon Bell.
Like, he's going pot. He's been quiet. So I'll give him that. He may not be as big of a cancer as he once was. But I still don't see him working with the Packers. That's a no. Seattle.
I like the Packers, bro.
Working with.
Aaron Rodgers is going to force it. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to force it. Like I said, if the season is played in full, I think it's the Packers the best fit.
What about Josh Gordon?
I think he's going back to Seattle.
Josh Gordon ain't gonna last no matter what he goes.
I would see him.
Legal.
I would see him. It is. Now I would love him to come to Philly. Josh Gordon, I would love to see in Philly.
Y'all got a couple of draft picks though.
Yeah, he did, but Marquise Goodwin just opted out.
So we talked about that last week. Yeah.
So I think that would be an interesting situation. But if you're talking about Aaron Rodgers,
oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Josh Gordon to me.
Josh Gordon will not play a full season.
Why not?
I don't know.
With weed being legal, let me this is going to be what happens. The fact that weed is actually legal now and he can do it without getting in trouble, my prediction with that is he'll do it too much still.
Hey, but Edgar,
you can't OD on it though. So
you can't OD, but it could definitely affect your game. The people who say weed don't affect your game don't believe it because they're lying.
Yeah, he might be more calm though.
Hey, Edgar, he had a great season where he was probably smoking weed the whole season.
That's
remember
what
that season?
Yeah,
in
that was.
2013, he was smoking weed that whole season. He was playing excellent football.
He went off.
This is 2020.
That's when he went down a downfall.
This is
smoking weed that whole season.
This is a 7-year older body now. Like this.
That's not been
hit. But it looks like it worked for him in 2013.
He's not banged up.
He's not banged up. That's a great point.
So I could see him. I could see him coming back. I think like Quincy said, he played that season.
He was smoking
weed for sure.
He was smoking weed that whole season.
I want him in Philly. For sure I want him in Philly.
No,
weed and all. Puff pass.
I would hope he could play a full season. I just predicting that if he were to get back in the league, he would not finish out the season. He just wouldn't.
I think he would.
Something might happen to where he smoked too much and he forget one of the plays in the playbook.
Here we go with the hypotheticals. All right, man. Let's get out to the shout out portion. Shout out to TJ Warren. My man been hooping in this bubble. I think he dropped a 53 piece, and I think he dropped a couple of 30 pieces since he been in that bubble. How have y'all been impressed with TJ Warren? This is quick.
Yes. I'm actually more. Go ahead.
You see the picture where somebody had their glasses off and they thought it was Kawhi, and they put the glasses
on?
I
see that. Yeah.
I'm actually more afraid of Indiana than I am of Philly.
Oh, shit.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'm more afraid of Indiana than I am of Philly.
If you're a Celtics fan,
if I'm as a Celtics fan,
I think I would be more worried about Embiid than I am about.
Yeah. Nope.
Indiana.
I've seen Marcus Smart, Shimmy Ojale, and Jaylen Brown play excellent on Embiid. So I already know what they can do against that team. We've seen it time and time again. I trust Boston is going to annihilate Philly, but if we matched up with Indiana, I have more of a question mark.
Well, good thing for y'all not, because Philly.
I'm about to say
Ben Simmons out. All right. And one more shout out to Doc. He's 11th in NBA wins now, bro. So big shout out to Doc, bro.
Make that top 10, Doc. Make that top 10.
Yeah.
He'll get there next year.
Yeah, definitely. So shout out to Doc. Let's move on to social media wants to know, man. So this is the first question. If we redo the NBA draft of this past season, does Zion Williamson go number 1 over Ja Morant? Edgar, give me the answer.
With what we've seen already?
Yes. If you had to redo this draft, would you pick number 1? Would you pick Ja Morant?
I would, but the masses would still pick Zion.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what your reasoning behind that?
I mean, I probably would have picked Ja from the get. Actually, no, because I didn't expect Ja to break out as well as he did. I knew he was going to be great when he got in the league, but I didn't see him breaking out like this. So if I didn't see any play leading up to now, I probably would still choose Zion. But now that I'm I will pick Ja first, just because I feel like he's going to be a bigger face than Zion in the future. I'm calling that right now.
Ooh. Okay, Derrick, your answer?
I agree with that. Ja to me was already rookie of the year by January.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, to me it was a not factor. I'm drafting Ja over Zion for sure. Because longevity. I'm looking at longevity.
Longevity too.
I don't expect Zion to play longer than 5 years at a high level.
I told Quincy that. I want to see him play at a high level, but it's not going to last. It's not going to last.
When you walk like Charles Barkley in your rookie year, it's bad. From the jump, that's bad. I don't see it.
I still see it working. I still draft Zion number 1. Just off this fact, though. He is like something we've never seen before.
That's true.
Number 1 pick, I'm picking what I've never seen before. I know everybody goes with this theory that Ja is generational. I think that we see other Jaws in the league. I think somebody like De'Aaron Fox is just like Ja
No.
De'Aaron Fox is just like.
I like De'Aaron Fox.
Oh my goodness,
like
De'Aaron Fox is just like Ja, but y'all call Ja generational for some reason.
Nah, De'Aaron Fox and Ja.
Ja's a better leader.
It's a gap in between them. Ja's
a better leader.
In talent, is there a gap?
Yes, in talent. Yes.
There's not a talent. There's not a talent difference.
I don't want to put too much on Ja rookie year to say that. So I want to see.
Have y'all seen De'Aaron Fox lately?
I know.
I don't think y'all see De'Aaron Fox.
I want Fox.
Yeah, I want to see Ja one more year before I give that answer. But
what answer?
In terms of, is there a gap between a game? Because he's just a rookie year, so I want to see him. When people have more of a better scouting report against him and everything like that. So that for me, rookie year, I can't give that kind of answer. But I will say this: he's a much better leader.
He is
than De'Aaron Fox. But
can you say? But would you say something about the team though? Would you think it has something to do with the team and the organization of the Kings that De'Aaron Fox isn't winning like the Grizzlies?
It's a factor.
Because Marvin Bagley hasn't stayed healthy, and the Kings organization is terrible. That's something we always throw out the window.
For sure.
Their stats are similar. And I wouldn't blame De'Aaron Fox for not being a good leader. I would just say that's a terrible organization, and what is he working with? He's probably had 3 coaches since he's been in Sacramento. No structure that's going on there.
Yeah.
So can we really blame De'Aaron Fox for not being a good leader when we really can't really see that on a full –
No, but my problem with that is if you get drafted and walk into an organization that is terrible and that is recently – well, not even just recently, but in general has been known for being terrible. I feel like that's when your best leadership quality should come in.
The thing about the Grizzlies, they're not known for being terrible. They have good teams before. They just had a bad season last year because they traded Conley. I think they had the pieces, but he stirred the pot. I think with the Kings, you ain't got nothing to stir over there. You got the Hills. And it don't matter if coming off the bench for some reason. You got Buddy Hield, and you got Bagley who can't stay healthy. What the hell am I working with over here?
It don't matter when it comes to leadership. It don't matter if you got something to stir with it or not. Your leadership needs to be shown at all times, no matter what kind of talent is around.
But that comes from the coaching as well, though, bro.
It does.
It got to be in you, though. That leadership got to be in you. It has to be in you. I don't care what kind of coach you got. I don't care what organization you in. If you a real deal leader like that, it's gonna show regardless. It don't matter. I don't want to.
I would give y'all the leader, but the skill gap, I'm not giving y'all that at all.
I'm not answering skill gap yet. That's what I'm saying.
I'm calling the skill gap right now. I'm
not answering it right now because I just want to see another year.
All right. So that was my next question, Fox over Morant. Big Ben is my next question, bro. So they say he back. I don't like Big Ben. So they said Big Ben back. He came back from his elbow. Yada yada yada. Are Steelers Super Bowl contenders? No, they number 1 defense. They got Big Ben back. So what's going to happen with the Steelers, Derrick?
I see Big Ben getting hurt again.
Me too. All right.
I see him getting hurt again because here's the thing. You can't keep – that's like putting bandages on him and expecting him to go out there and get back and doing that thing. I'm not saying he doesn't have talent left, but – you let Le'Veon Bell go. You don't have Antonio Brown anymore. Connor is a good running back, but I like the 1-2 punch with him and Bell. I like that. I like the idea of the threat of that being there. And now that Bell's gone, it just draws more attention to Big Ben. And he's gonna get hurt.
That's how
his receivers. I don't even remember his receivers.
That's how it was in New Orleans too. It was low-key like that in New Orleans. You have Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara. Now we see Kamara ain't really taking off like how we usually do, and Drew Brees getting in a little bit more trouble now when it comes to his health and being sat more. So,
excellent comparison. Yeah.
Yep.
Because Kamara went down.
and I like Kamara. I just know for a fact you need that power running back when you got a running back like Kamara, because he's not going to give you that same type of run game that Ingram is going to give you. He's going to give you the slot performance. He'll give you the jet sweep threat, all that. He'll give you the specialty form of running back. But when it comes to, hey, we need these 2 yards, I don't know if I could trust Kamara with that all the time.
Yeah,
no. That's what my comparison would be with Le'Veon and Connor.
But I would say this about the Steelers, bro. They got an 8-8 season when their quarterback was Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges. So the defense is you got TJ Watt and you got Minkah Fitzpatrick back there. And like I said, they had the number 1 defense last past season.
That defense, for some reason,
and you
was
got
so
Mike
underrated.
You still got Mike Tomlin. He's the great coach that he is. So shout out to Mike Tomlin.
He definitely needs to be respected.
Yeah.
He definitely needs to be respected. And I'm glad that was put on display last year. Because he was my coach of the year. Even though they were 8-8, he was my coach of the year just for what he did with no quarterback.
Yeah.
That team is crazy.
Yeah.
I was asking because you got somebody like a Big Ben in there. Even though he is older in his career, he is more of a serviceable quarterback than the 2 I named before. So
for sure.
Serviceable in that lineup. Can he make something shake, and can they be a playoff team?
They could be a playoff team, but here's my problem with Big Ben. What he said recently, he's still trying to chase Lombardis. He should not have said that. Like, bro, you're not in the Super Bowl stage of your career no more.
But as an older quarterback, you have to say that, though. Like, what else are we chasing for?
No.
Playoffs?
He should have gave the type of – I mean, it's 2 completely different situations, but Phillip Rivers gave the implication that he just wants to continue playing at the best.
Phillip Rivers is ass. I'm trying like I say this.
Phillip
Rivers is ass.
That's what I'm saying. It's 2 different situations, but they're both at that point in their
Derrick. Hey, Derrick. Phillip Rivers is ass.
No, should have had that mindset of we all know the Steelers ain't going to the Super Bowl anytime soon.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So, and we know Ben Roethlisberger ain't got too much longer left in the league at this level or any level higher.
But this is what I say, though. As a quarterback, you got to always have that mindset of
what he should have said
a championship at all times. Though.
What he should have said was, I just want to continue to play the best of my abilities as long as I can and put my team in position to win. That's what he should have said. He shouldn't have said,
he's a Super Bowl quarterback, bro. He's not saying he's been to Super Bowls. I'm not playing just to have a good season. I'm playing to get to the Super Bowl.
But you got to realize.
It don't matter if I don't have the team. I'm going to say that, though.
You have to realize the point in your career that you at, bro. You have to realize.
When you ever heard Tom Brady say that? When you ever heard Drew Brees say,
Tom Brady been to the Super Bowl back to back, and he's been winning.
But I'm talking about Drew Brees hasn't been to the Super Bowl back to back.
And he's been playing better than Ben Roethlisberger. And he's been in more Super Bowl
But still, when have you heard him say that, though?
He's been in more Super Bowl possibility placements than Ben Roethlisberger has.
What?
Yeah.
Ain't no difference. Before the past couple of seasons, Big Ben went to the playoffs 4 straight seasons. Why am I saying I'm playing for a good season when I know I'm a Super Bowl quarterback?
But
I don't like Big Ben, but I'm gonna shoot him this bell though.
It's a completely different situation, bro. Drew Brees can still sit here and say, "Hey, I still got a shot at the Super Bowl." Ben Roethlisberger can't say that.
Yeah.
You have to keep that mindset, though, bro. It don't matter if you
keep that mindset. That don't mean it's a smart thing to say.
It's the mindset, though, bro. I'm telling you, it's the mindset. But let's move on, though. Let's move on. Hey, but I'm gonna say it one more time. Phillip Rivers is ass.
I agree.
Hey, Derrick, do you think he's a Hall of Famer?
Phillip Rivers?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a problem saying. I don't.
Hey, Derrick.
I'm not saying it's first ballot. I'm not saying
hit that exit button for me. Hit that end me. You can get on it, man.
Hey, look.
We're not saying he should. We're just saying that he will. Like,
yeah, he will be.
Make it.
He will be.
Well, I picked him to make the Hall of Fame.
He's going to make it.
What has he done? What has he done? Please.
I'm asking the same question as you. I just know he gonna make it. I know they gonna put him in there.
What has he done, bro?
The only I can say the same thing as Edgar. They're gonna put him there. Listen, it's a white guy. Like, what can I say? He's going to make it.
So you think Eli Manning getting in?
Yes.
Yes, for
his
sure.
last name is Manning. He's going to go in.
And he has 2 Super Bowls against Tom Brady.
Whoa, Edgar, you're changing your whole spiel here. I thought you said he ain't getting in.
No, I never said Eli Manning wasn't getting in.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. When did I say that?
Bro, when we talked about when he retired the game, you say he ain't getting in.
I wouldn't put him in, but he's going to get in. I wouldn't put him in the Hall of Fame, but
the Hall of Fame is the hardest to get into, bro. They're not getting.
He has a better shot at being a first ballot Hall of Famer than Phillip Rivers does.
Eli Manning, you said?
Eli Manning has a better
Super Bowls, though.
His last name is Manning.
Yeah.
He has 2 Super Bowls. One of those Super Bowls came against a Patriots team that was about to be the second team in history to go undefeated.
Yeah.
Like, that's all you need to make it into the Hall of Fame.
I'm cool with Eli Manning getting in. Even though I won't put him in, I'm cool with that. But y'all saying Phillip Rivers, who ain't been to a Super Bowl?
He won't be.
After the LT years.
He won't be first ballot. I'm not saying he's first ballot.
He's not going to be first. And I don't
But
think
He
he's not
should be any ballot. That's what I'm saying. He should be any ballot.
I agree, but
I'm not putting him there.
I'm trying to tell you what's going to happen. Just trying to tell you what we're going to see in the next couple years. Like,
if you're asking, is he going to make it? I believe he will.
If the NFL puts him in, bro, I'm changing my stance. If the NFL puts him in, the Hall of Fame is trash. If they put that man in, the Hall of Fame is trash. It's garbage.
You're the one that said it's people from the 60s and 70s and that shouldn't be in there. So
Yeah.
the difference now.
Nah, bro. But Phillip Rivers is somebody I've seen his whole career.
Okay, and those people are people that older people have seen in their careers, and they probably said the same shit.
In fact, Antonio Gates will be. He's definitely going in the Hall of
Oh,
Fame.
man, he one of the best tight ends ever.
Yeah, he's going in. But because Phillip Rivers was throwing to him a good chunk of time, I think it's very possible that's going to make him go in too.
That's like saying Matt Ryan going to get in because he was throwing to Tony G. That don't mean you get in. Or whoever his quarterback in Kansas City.
Bro, I'm not saying he should be there. I just know he most likely will be.
Eli Manning
Cam get in the Hall of Fame. Cam get in the goddamn Hall of Fame then. That's what we got. That's what we say here. Cam getting in the Hall of Fame then. If Phillip Rivers get in, Cam need to get in. That's all I gotta say.
Phillip Rivers.
I wouldn't be mad at seeing Cam in the Hall of Fame. I think he probably could make it.
I would love it. If Phillip Rivers get in, damn nigga, I'm gonna make a petition.
Phillip
If Phillip Rivers get in, I'm making a petition. Goddamn.
Phillip Rivers and Eli Manning are getting in. Phillip Rivers getting in because the longevity and who he was playing with got to throw him in there. And then Eli Manning, your last name Manning, so you're going to get the shrug damn near anyway.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
And you got 2 rings.
Yeah.
You got the family shrug and the 2 rings you getting in the Hall of Fame. Will you be first ballot? Oh, no. That's not happening. They're not going to let you be first ballot. You ain't your brother.
Yeah.
Now that's big facts. All right, man. So let's move on, bro. This is something I was seeing on social media. A lot of people still going on about this rumor about Giannis going to the Warriors, and I still do not see it, bro. But they keep saying that this trade is going to happen. Media people, like highly regarded media people, are saying Draymond and a first rounder is worth Giannis. Which is mine, bro. And they saying that is worth Giannis. It's blowing my mind that they saying that. I'm just telling you what social media is telling me, bro. That's what's highly regarded reporters are telling me this. So how
bro, Draymond Green
in Golden State.
Hell no.
And I like Draymond, but this is making me smile.
Yeah.
So y'all don't see Giannis in Golden State after this season? Not even a trade, but just after this season?
No.
After next season?
Because here's the thing, Giannis kind of makes me think of one of those players that wants to prove that he can win in a city that has not won.
Exactly.
Yeah, he strikes me as someone like that. He strikes me more along the lines of like a Westbrook who wanted. Now Westbrook's situation was out of his hands, but if he had it his way, he would have stayed in OKC. I think it's very possible that Giannis could stay his entire career in Milwaukee. Will he? I don't know. Because when you have a team that the type of team that he has, they're not winning a championship.
Nope.
They're not winning a championship.
Gotta get rid of Bledsoe ass. First off.
Bledsoe is one of the weakest links on that team.
And I love Bledsoe, but he's not a good fit.
He's not. Now, if you get a distributor on that team, let's say, for example, if they had like a Lonzo Ball type of point guard, that would elevate the team. You see what I'm saying?
They play better with George Hill.
That's what, exactly. So if they were able to maybe go after like a Derrick Rose, that would be an interesting thought. Derrick Rose going to go.
I think he's comparable to Bledsoe. I don't even like that. I don't like that.
No, Derrick Rose right now.
I'm taking Derrick Rose.
I think he's comparable to Westbrook.
I'm taking Rose over Bledsoe. I'm taking Rose over Bledsoe every day.
Rose, I feel like Rose got something to prove right now.
He does, and he's developed a shot. That's the thing.
Yeah,
he can extend the perimeter. So I like him. He would be a better fit on Milwaukee. As long as that front office can somewhat adjust some of the pieces on that team, I think he'll stay. If they don't,
those big contracts.
that's the thing. Because I don't think they can. If they don't, I can see Giannis leaving.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll go to Golden State.
Going to
But I
Miami.
can see,
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. You agree.
probably.
Miami. I like Miami fit.
If Pat Riley stays,
I see Miami in a couple of years. You Bam, Butler, and then you got
Giannis to Miami?
yeah.
That didn't even cross my mind.
This has been a rumor for a long time.
Rumor wise, but I'm talking about from you. Like I haven't heard it.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing the rumors, but I haven't said it out loud because I don't want to. Like that. That's something I've been seeing for sure. That's something I definitely want to see.
I feel like Giannis staying in Milwaukee though. I don't see him going to Golden State. Do I see him possibly going to a different team if he doesn't get to the final? At least get to the finals with Milwaukee. I can see him leaving. But if he can find a way to at least get to the finals with Milwaukee, I feel like he'll stay. So my take on that is I feel like I have to throw LeBron into this because the criticism isn't matching for Giannis like how it matched with LeBron.
He's not the chosen one though. That's the thing. He's not.
That's the thing.
He's not the chosen one.
That is a factor. That is a factor. But I feel at the same time, we still have to look at it as quote unquote, it's the East. And Giannis is top 3 player in the league. Couple people got him as their number 1 player in the league. You own the number 1 team in the East. You got the best record, second best record in the league, right behind the Lakers. Damn near had the first best record. And you can't get to the finals. Now, if this was LeBron, we have so much shit to say. But it's Giannis, nobody's saying anything. Oh, the East is better now, blah, blah, blah. If LeBron was in the East right now, they'll still say the East is trash.
I think it's like what Quincy said. He's not the chosen one. If he had that hype with him, you for sure he'd get crushed every year.
We had no expectations for Giannis, bro. We had
none at all. We passed on him.
Yeah,
we got Kelly Olynyk. We got Kelly Olynyk over Giannis, bro. Now, I'll say one thing about Giannis, though. The weakest part about his game is he has no handles. Yeah. If he developed handles, not even just talking about perimeter shooting, if he developed handles and could break away like AD can, he'd be the best player in the league. He's not number 1 for me, though.
I don't even think that would help him, bro. I still think the shot is a factor, though.
No, the shot's a factor.
The handles.
The shot's a factor, but the way that certain teams play defense on him, he needs to develop handles. He has some handles. Yeah.
And for a big man, he has some.
Yeah, for his size. Yeah.
The handles you're talking about, like AD could like damn near cross you up if you ain't playing for real. Like,
yeah. If he got AD handles, Giannis would be unstoppable. I mean, everyone's talking about him barreling his way through the paint. That's going to work for him for a few more years. But once he gets older and it's going to wear him down a little more, the handles will come into play a little more as a better factor in his game to then be able to take over, whether that's creating a shot for someone else or get into the rim. Yeah. And that's to me the weakest part that I see with his game. Not even that he doesn't have an outside shot consistently, is that he doesn't have handles.
But yes, it's working to get the MVPs and it's working to get the stats. But in the playoff times, we already know what the deal is. So I don't even think it's working for us because it hurts him during playoff time because it works during the regular season. But once we can game plan for you for 6-7 games, that's down, my guy.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't trust Milwaukee. We faced them last 2 years. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not – I mean, last year we failed, but –
I get loyalty vibes from Giannis. That's why I feel like he might not leave. If he does, it'll be just because they literally can't reach what he's trying to reach. So.
Yeah, you could be loyal and still leave.
That's true as well. And this is something that I was seeing as well, bro. It was a lot of talk about Donovan Mitchell being brought on my TL because they were just like, is Donovan Mitchell, can he be the guy on a championship team? Can he be that guy? Or is he somebody that we can see jump ship somewhere else to a LA or wherever he wants to go to pair up with somebody?
Now, if Milwaukee can get him to pair with Giannis and have Middleton as a third option, that would be very interesting.
Ooh.
That would be very interesting. You have Giannis, Donovan Mitchell, and Middleton. That would be a scary team. But Mitchell cannot be the centerpiece to a championship. He's not. He's more like a second or third piece.
This is what Donovan Mitchell is. Donovan Mitchell is the Draymond Green of the Jazz, but way better talent. He is the heart.
Joe Ingles is the Draymond Green of the Jazz.
No,
put some respect on my man Ingles' name, boy. You already know I rock with my man Ingles. Top 10 small forward in the league. Put some respect on him.
Donovan Mitchell is the heartbeat of the Utah.
Yeah, he's the heartbeat for sure.
So that's why I agree he can't be the number one player, because certain players can be the heartbeat and the number one, and then some players you just got to choose. And I feel like Donovan Mitchell, he has to choose whether he's going to be the number one player and be only the leader, or he's going to be the dog and be the heartbeat. And I feel like he's better as a dog.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you meant by Draymond Green, a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Like a utility guy. I thought you meant utility guy.
No.
I'm like, he's definitely not a utility guy for that team.
No,
It's definitely my man Ingles.
You just be hearing names and you be ready to go off.
No, I thought you was talking about Draymond Green like the player and the utility is. I'm like, that's definitely my man.
Draymond
Ingles.
Green
is the put some
heart.
Respect on his name.
Draymond Green is the heart of the Warriors. No matter if he's the fourth or fifth best player on the team, he's the heart of that team. And I feel like Donovan Mitchell right now, although he's the best player on the Utah Jazz, he is the heartbeat mostly of the Utah Jazz. So if you add that to the Bucks and you got Giannis as the best player, Donovan Mitchell accepting his role as number 2 and being the dog on that team, and Chris Middleton as that third best player, I agree. You can't.
That's a better role for him. Because as a
much better
second role player as for Chris Middleton.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They can respect Chris Middleton. Y'all gonna respect Chris.
Listen. Chris is an underrated player.
Thank you.
He is an underrated player, but he should not be your second best. He should not be your second best at all. Here's the thing. Chris Bosh, when he was in Toronto, best player on the team, right?
Right.
He was able to accept his role as a third best on the team in order to win the title. But if need be, he could be the best one, right? Chris Middleton cannot be your best player.
Hell no.
He cannot.
That I will agree.
Nah.
Yeah.
He can barely be your second best. Shit, he ain't definitely gonna be my best.
Y'all got
see
that one.
And see that's why for me with big threes, like that's what I look for. Players that can be the best player on a team, but they're accepting their roles. So, I won't bring my team up, but there are other teams that have those players that can actually sit back and say, you know what, cool. That's why for me, seeing what LeBron's able to do this year is a la Miami first year, because Dwayne Wade took a step back, gave LeBron the keys. LeBron's doing the same thing with AD. So to me, that's why he's the most valuable player on the team. But AD to me is going to probably be the one that's more so in conversation to me for MVP than LeBron because of the stats. But LeBron is the most valuable player on the team for sure.
Oh yeah.
I feel like the difference between that though, with the AD situation and the D Wade situation, is D Wade and LeBron were in the same draft class. D Wade is older than LeBron, and it was D Wade's team before LeBron got there. So I feel like D Wade taking that step back is more applaudable than Anthony Davis, because Davis is considerably younger than LeBron. They're both at a team that isn't really their team, and you didn't really do anything with that team yet anyway. So, well,
I'm saying LeBron is the one that's taking a step back because he deferred.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he deferred from the jump to AD. Yep. And that to me, he's the Wade in the situation.
Okay.
Willingly stepping back. The only difference is we're able to see LeBron take over massively whenever he wants to because of the position he plays. Wade, Wade had more like knee issues and stuff like that, began to develop a little more around that time. So that's the difference for me. But LeBron being able to say, you know what, hey, we have to run the offense through you. That to me is what separates the great teams from okay teams. because if you can't take a step back and defer to a player that is better than you in certain aspects or that can help you get over the hump, then you're not going anywhere because you have an ego issue on your team. So,
but that first year, LeBron was a better player, but they should have won that damn championship. I do want to say that. They should have won that damn championship.
Yeah.
The expectation was they should have, but
no, they should have. There's no expectation. They were better than that Dallas team.
It wasn't just expectation.
They were better than that Dallas team and lost to that Dallas team. So
because what's the name ain't show up in fourth quarters.
They should have won that game.
They should have won that series.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
They should have won that series.
What'd you say about them though?
Who are you talking about?
About
Quincy. What'd you say about Dallas?
They should have won that series. They were a better team, and LeBron just didn't show up in fourth quarter. That was the reason they lost.
That was his biggest flaw back then. That's what I'm saying. Like, for me, Wade taught LeBron how to win.
Yeah.
And LeBron is teaching AD how to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, that. So I don't see that flaw in AD's game right now to say that, they're going to crumble in the fourth quarter. But that was LeBron's biggest issue back then, is that he couldn't take over in the fourth. In fact, I think it was even until the third or fourth year before he really started to actually take over in the fourth, because at least
that Pistons series.
That Pistons series. You know what? There are a few teams that were in the East that really could have given the Miami Heat a lot of issues. That really, they could have actually beaten Miami a couple of those times.
Pacers.
The Pacers series was
Pacers had them down. Pacers had them down.
The Pacers series used to be so crucial, bro. Oh my God. I used to be sweating watching them series, bro.
Pacers, Chicago, and Boston were the three teams that gave them the biggest fits.
I wasn't too scared about Chicago. Even though D-Rose was on
I wasn't scared. I was hoping they would win.
I was scared of Chicago. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Chicago, if Rose played back then the way he's playing now, they would have won.
LeBron clapping that. Clapping that, boy.
Well, I'm not saying LeBron wouldn't be on Rose, but Rose had more help. You had Taj Gibson, you had Noah. You know what I'm saying? Like Luol Deng. He had a ton of pieces that he could defer to, and he did a great job, but he didn't have that range back then. And they also weren't shooting three. The game wasn't at the point it is right now where you're shooting a lot of threes. But if it was, and Rose is playing like he's playing now back then, they would have beaten Miami.
Rose was like dead ass just relying on the athleticism.
Yeah.
He was just really relying on athleticism.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's move on to entertainment, bro. Bobby Shmurda is out of jail, bro. Let's give a clap up, bro.
He got out today?
He got out?
He got out a couple days ago.
Nah, he didn't get out. He didn't get out.
They were saying his parole hearing was up, and it was possible he can get out the next day.
Waiting for his
he didn't get out.
No, he's about to, though. He's about to.
I've been waiting.
He got out.
I'll give it like another week or two. Week or two. Yeah.
Well, y'all hear that next week then. God damn it. That nigga was out. Shit. All right,
I'm about to say that something happened today.
Yeah, me too.
All right, then. Thank you. All right, so you said it earlier today. The NBA, $300 million going for economic empowerment. They're gonna give it to underprivileged youth and stuff like that. So that's $30 million for 10 years, $300 million. So shout out to the NBA for doing that. Let's move to the XFL. The Rock bought the XFL. Edgar, bro, how you feel about this, bro? Because I didn't think the XFL would be reappearing, bro. So how do you feel?
I'm glad to see the XFL come back because I feel like America loves football. And I feel like other than the NFL and college football, since they both run at the same time, basically, it gives us another world of football to step into. And this gives players that we might not get to see in the draft, even though you got hundreds of players in the NFL draft. Those few slept-on players that just didn't get the spotlight they needed, like Quincy and I talked about this before, the HBCU situation. What if we got an HBCU talent that didn't get looked at by the NFL scouts, but you got an opportunity to play in the XFL, and it partners with the NFL, so it's like, damn, I got a chance to actually show everybody my skills on this lower tier caliber football team, and I might have a chance again to get into the NFL. So it creates more opportunities for players. It gives America another opportunity to watch football. So I like it. I like the fact that The Rock bought it, and it still stays with that WWE type feel since it's not Vince McMahon. So I love all of it.
Hey, but Derrick, keep it a bean though, dog. Was you watching the XFL this season?
I watched a couple of games.
Thank you.
I did. And here's the thing. I actually think they executed a lot of things better than the NFL did.
They do.
Exactly.
The extra field goal points. The
onside kick. I love the onside kick.
Those little things, to me, the NFL needs to implement into the game.
Yes.
I would love to see that. So I'm glad to see that the XFL will be back. Here's the thing, though. Vince McMahon should not be running. He shouldn't have been running this in the beginning. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, because you're seeing there's a lot of issues with WWE, and it's because he's attached to it. He does not know how to actually lead, and he doesn't know what the audience wants. He just thinks that he knows what the audience wants. So with the XFL, we were seeing a lot of that too. I think with The Rock coming in with his group and buying in this with this league, I think it's very possible we could see expansion teams. I want to see that. I want to see that because for me to be able to watch a sport, I need to be attached to a team. So that's why for me it's hard for me to watch baseball because I'm kind of like my grandfather is a Dodgers fan, but I'm also a Celtics fan. So I also look at the Red Sox. So I'm like I can't fully get into baseball because I don't know who to root for. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if I had a team with the XFL that I know I could stick with, and just based off city, if I have a team that I know I can stick with and rock with, I'm going to enjoy the season more because I have someone to root for. And if I have someone to root for, I think that's what will happen for a lot of fans. You know, more teams you come in. I actually think they're gonna probably stay with what they have maybe 8 or 12 teams right now.
Yeah.
So I think they'll stay with that number for this coming season, but I think with The Rock leading it, they will be able to expand it.
I haven't even thought about that. They didn't.
And I don't.
Season. I ain't think about it.
Yeah, they weren't doing that with Vince McMahon running it. They weren't going to expand that, you know. Mm-hmm. And I think it's somewhat like the Big Three. You know how they started with a couple of teams, they expanded. I think they expanded added 4 more teams. I think something like that. They're seeing success with that. So the more success, they'll expand. You know what I'm saying? So I'm expecting that same thing to happen with the XFL. I'm glad The Rock is running it, and you know because we can see that ownership is from a fan's perspective. So I could expect more from the game. I could probably expect more from the XFL than I can expect from the NFL. So that's why I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to be able to do with this. You know, there's a lot of players that I'm hoping get a lot of opportunity to get in there and show what they can do.
Yeah. And shout out to PJ Walker, somebody who came from the XFL to the NFL playing for the Panthers, bro. He had a hell of a season this past year. I think he was about to be MVP for that league. So shout out to him. And I agree with Edgar, man. The development of players in that league is something that should be commended as well, bro.
For sure.
Glad to see it back. But they need to get past a couple of seasons. We've never seen the XFL get past 2 seasons. So I got to see that first before you think of expansion.
But that's because Vince McMahon was leading it. I'm telling you, with Vince out of the picture, we're going to be able to see longevity. I can't say that there'll be a league that will be able to compete with the NFL, but the fact that they have a schedule that doesn't compete with the NFL at all, that's already a benefit to them. That's already a benefit. So they'll be basically we're having football year round.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm down with it. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right, and a couple of more topics. Jay-Z has partnered with Long Island University, and he has got a Rock Nation sports and music management program.
Bring out the Rockefeller chain.
Yeah. I don't know about all that, but
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So shout out to Jay-Z, bro. I think it's a great opportunity for people that go to that school. If you get in that program, I think it could be an easy transition to get in tune with Rock Nation.
Bro. And now that Rock Nation has an agency too.
Hey.
This is
Opportunities are
They
endless.
breed you
Sky's
in
the
that
limit.
program. They breed you in that program to get you prepared for it.
sky's the
Like
limit,
I said, the Rockefeller chains are coming out.
man.
Nobody got that chain. I don't even think Cole got a Rockefeller chain. Speaking
think
of
he does.
Cole, he does?
I
He
think he
definitely has
does.
a Rockefeller chain.
I think he
Damn, that
does.
fucked up my segue. All right, Cole to the league.
If I'm signed to Rock Nation and I don't have a Rockefeller chain, it's a problem.
Yeah,
If I sign to you and don't get your chain, it's a problem.
it's an issue.
I don't think, because Dwayne Bacon is signed to the Rock Nation. I don't think he got a chain. He got a hat though.
It's Dwayne
I
Bacon.
don't think everybody get a chain.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't compare him to J. Cole, bro.
That's what I said.
Compared, y'all said who signed the Rock Nation, and I'm saying he signed the Rock Nation and ain't got a chain.
Oh, but I told you the difference. You're going to get the little company chains that show you a part of it, but then you're going to get the real, like,
certain people have replicas. Certain people have replicas.
Yeah.
And J. Cole doesn't. I don't think he has a replica.
He got the bust down
Yeah.
Rockefeller with the spinner chain, like,
Yeah,
and the teardrop on the R that spins.
it's actually heavy.
Yeah. That's probably why he don't wear it, bro. Let's move
Yeah.
from the Cole to the league. Eggert, bro. I told you guys last week. I predicted this, bro. Tell this man how I predicted this. 2 days before the news came out. And Eggert didn't want to believe me at all, bro. He didn't want to believe me. He thought I was bugging. I said Cole is going to get an NBA tryout from somebody. I didn't say he going to make a team. I didn't say none of that crazy shit. I said he going to get an NBA tryout, bro. That's what he was trying to do. How do you feel about this from Cole?
Look behind me. That's a KOD vinyl on my wall.
Oh, that's dope as hell.
Okay, that's a collector's edition.
Yeah.
I'm a huge J. Cole fan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I would never in my life go outside wearing a Lakers jersey. But if that man gets signed to the Lakers, I'm buying his jersey.
Hey, I'm getting a jersey too.
I don't care what team he goes to. I don't know how it's gonna work, but I would love to see if he could make a tryout for a couple of teams.
So you think he can make a team?
The boy can ball. That man can ball.
I'm willing.
Bro, he ain't hooped in some years though, bro. He 35. I don't know.
He can
to
ball.
admit when I'm wrong. That's all I'm finna say.
But how do you feel about it, bro? You think he gonna try out? You think somebody gonna try him out? You gonna get picked up? What's gonna happen?
He'll try for a couple teams. The Pistons said they'll take him, not take him, but they'll let him try.
Yeah.
Out. So I feel
I
like
don't
it'll
think
be a couple teams.
Yeah, but I don't think he make it. I don't think he making it team.
No, he ain't making
I selfishly don't want him to make it to the league.
Oh, because you don't want him to stop rapping. I think he's gonna slow down, though, bro. I think
He'll slow down. Fall off when the fall off comes out, and once everything ends with the tours and everything like that. I think he'll take about a 2 or 3 year hiatus because over the last 4 years he's been killing it. Features, tours, everything, albums.
People from
Dreamville.
With the Dreamers and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. He's probably gonna do more work with Jid.
Yes, sir.
Man, he's gonna do more work with him, more work with Boz in terms of production. But and he might feature or something like that. But he's for the most part because he's got 2 young kids now, so I could see him after the fall off taking a break, 2 or 3 year hiatus, and then coming back. I listen to his music almost every week, so
Exactly.
It's gonna hurt.
His production has come so far, though, bro. In the beginning, Cole was just making like mellow beats. And now the transition to what he doing now, like that, like what's that song? The first song on the
climb back.
The climb back. That shit was crazy. Like the evolution of Cole's production is crazy.
How about this? Since he got with T minus,
speak on it.
Since he got with T minus, he learned a lot.
Yep.
The beats that we heard on KOD and Revenge of the Dreamers 3, what he produced, phenomenal. J. Cole has not missed at all. I don't care you talking about mixtape or album. He has not missed.
Hey, some people argue with you. I wouldn't, because I'm a J. Cole fan. That's my favorite rapper. But hey,
what would they argue he missed?
They're gonna say For Your Eyes Only. They're gonna say For Your Eyes Only, but because it wasn't a commercial success. But that was a personal album.
Exactly.
Actually, that album helped me not commit suicide. So that album for me has a special place in my heart. But he has not missed. I don't care what album you're talking about, what mixtape you're talking about. You look at the production.
I agree with you.
Bar for bar, I'm gonna say it. Between Kendrick and Cole, they're the top two. I don't care what order you put it in. They're the top two in rap now.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Drake to me doesn't go in there because he's not.
Drake the GOAT now. He the poppy GOAT though. He the pop GOAT.
Drake
More pop now. He more pop. Yeah.
Okay. He literally made a song Pop Star. So
yeah.
He pop now.
We can have the argument about pop, but when it comes to rap, I'm not putting Drake.
But Drake is still Drake
now.
Nah.
When Drake is serious,
diplomatic immunity, Drake is still in him.
When he's serious,
he
could be top 3. But I'm not putting him over Big Sean. I'm not putting him.
I'm putting him over Big Sean. Rapping?
I fuck with Big Sean.
I'm putting over Big Sean.
I'm a very big Sean fan.
Listen,
he definitely levels above.
I'm not saying he can't, but for me, I'm not okay. So we're gonna get into the whole ghostwriting thing. But for me, I just hold a little more value for when the artist writes their stuff versus having a ghostwriter on their team like that. So that's for me. That's why I say he's not over Big Sean. But with delivery, yeah, we can say that. Success, we can say that.
But I feel like we hold that ghostwriter thing over Drake way.
No, we don't. We really don't sweep that under the rug.
Yeah, for real.
I feel like
that under the rug, bro.
It's definitely brought up every time he drops. Like, check comments on social media or on any music platform. There are always people that bring up I can't listen to somebody that don't write their own stuff. Blah, blah, blah.
See, here's the thing. I don't have a problem with people that use ghostwriters. I'm just saying when it comes to, like, I'm more old school.
When comparing, when
you're comparing, that I will use it to him against him. Mm-hmm. But for me, Drake hasn't dropped a hot album since 15.
Oh, Views. When did Views drop now?
I didn't like Views. That wasn't hot.
Views was fire.
I didn't like it. There were a few tracks that were good, but nothing was the same. And if you're reading this,
far gone.
No, I'm saying 15.
Oh, latest. Okay.
Yeah, the latest. Nothing was the same. Was it 15?
That was 2013.
13.
Yeah, that's 2013. If you're reading 15. This, it's too late. If you're reading this, it's too late. And then the one he did with Future. Wait, that was with Future.
Well, What a Time to Be Alive.
What a Time to Be Alive. Yeah,
Ooh,
those two albums. Those to me, those two were his last hot albums. Now, he's dropped tracks that were fire, but in terms of complete projects, 15 was his last hot year for me. Ooh. I'm not going to say for the mass. For me, 15 was the last hot year.
I'll tell you, whenever Views dropped. So when that was 17 or 16, I'll tell you.
That was 2016 in April, because that was right before we graduated.
Yeah.
I was 26.
I would say Views. Yeah, I was. I didn't really like More Life, so I wouldn't, and I didn't like Scorpion like that.
More Life was a playlist. I would
tell you,
More Life was more of a playlist, but it's still viewed as an album. So for me, I have to say it wasn't as an album. It wasn't there for me.
I like Scorpion though. I really rock with Scorpion.
Scorpion had more.
I never go back. I mean, like for replay value, I don't go back to Scorpion at all for replay.
Oh, you tripping?
Other than After Dark, and what else? It's another song on there. Jaded. Other than After Dark and Jaded, I'd never go back to that.
You don't go back for 8 out of 10?
No. I listen. First half of that album I did not listen to. That first half I did not listen to.
8 out of 10. Sandra's Rose.
Here's the thing. With Scorpion, you know why I don't view it as a really great album? He hyped it up. And with the hype, I was thinking I was getting Nothing Was the Same, at least on one of the sides. Because I know he split it up and it was supposed to be like it's a dual album. So I thought at least on side A or side B, I was getting Nothing Was the Same. If I got that, perfect project.
But this goes to show the point that I brought up to Quincy. Drake has goated himself so much and has not missed so much to where we expect everything to be up here. If you're any inch less than up here, we view
He damn near the chosen one though, bro. He got that chosen one tag on him too.
Thank you.
He got chosen by Wayne. He got that chosen tag on him.
We view anything less than 100% perfect by Drake as a miss.
That's like Bron, bro.
I view everything from Drake. I compare it to Nothing Was the Same. I still play Nothing Was the Same.
Facts.
I play
Take Care too.
Take Care too. Take Care too. But Nothing Was the Same is his Thriller for me.
Oh, you think that's his best?
Yes, his best.
Even Drake himself said that's his.
Yeah, that's his best album. It's like Confessions was for Usher.
My favorite Drake album is Thank Me Later. That's my favorite.
Okay. No, I mean that was a good project. Like to me, Nothing Was the Same and anything before. I'm still blasting to this day, mixtapes and everything. But for me, Views, Scorpion, and More Life were not it. They had nice tracks on. They had tracks on them that were really good. But when those tracks are over, skip. Okay, skip. I can't. If I had to skip your album, it's not a good project for me. It's not good. I don't skip.
Even if it's just one or two songs?
No, multiple. I don't skip Kendrick. I don't skip Cole. You see what I'm saying?
That's correct.
It be some Kendrick songs that I skip. I ain't gonna lie. It be some.
Depending on mood. But
it depends on the mood.
If I'm sitting in my car, if I'm on a road trip and I'm listening to Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City, like any of his music in his discography, if I'm listening to it, I don't have to say, no, that's not it. I'll skip. I can listen to his album straight through.
Listen to the whole thing.
Straight through. Drake, I have to skip. But here's another thing. I'm Jamaican, right? So for me, when I hear Drake's music and I hear him coming out with a Caribbean accent, I'm like, nigga, come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I
don't like when he get in that bag either, though. I don't like when I don't like this UK bag he tried to get in. I don't like that UK.
And then he's trying to touch the Saudi Arabian a little bit too. I don't like that. But bring on an artist that has that sound to feature on this track.
He literally goes to the islands. He goes to Jamaica and he chills with.
But that don't mean the sound hitting.
No, but what I'm saying. It's like the country gives him the okay, so like, and then people get mad. I'm like, hey, if Jamaica ain't mad, why y'all mad?
It's because there's a high population of Jamaicans in Toronto. Okay, he grew up around people like that, so like I understand what the influence is, but when you're talking about putting it in your music, here's the thing: did you guys watch Black is King?
I haven't watched it yet. I heard it's amazing though. I want to watch it.
It's art. It's art. Beyonce featured a few artists that were from various countries in Africa. The sound they came in, it blended very well. And I'm sitting there, I'm watching it, I'm like, why can't Drake do this? Why can't Drake do this? Never mind the fact that he sings. I don't have a problem with that. I would prefer if he comes out with an album where it's straight rap. Now, if he does that, man, I'm there. But come out with an album where you're having these different sounds featuring artists that are from that area. No matter if you're talking about the Caribbeans or somewhere in Africa or whatever, I don't care. UK, if you're going to do the sound on one of your tracks, feature one of those artists, put them on a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I want to see from Drake.
No, he did that with it when it came to the UK though. He did do that.
He put a couple.
He put a couple people from the UK on. I ain't gonna cap about that.
But I'm more so thinking about just from the Jamaican perspective.
Oh.
I feel like with Drake,
come on, bro.
Quincy even said this before. It's like no matter who he puts on, you're gonna consider it a Drake track. Like it's just that's how it is.
For sure.
Drake has that touch now. Like he can literally take somebody. He can only have like a 30-second feature on a song, but if that 30-second feature hit, that is the reason why you're going to that song.
But when did we start listening to Migos?
After Versace remix, I ain't gonna lie.
After Versace, because I didn't know anything about Migos until then, right?
I was listening to them, but I wasn't like listening until the Versace remix.
I didn't know anything about them, and I wasn't listening to them. Like until then, that's when I was like, oh, who are these guys? And I started looking to it. They're good. That's what I would like to see with other artists. I would like to see him do that with, someone from Jamaica. Like, that's more of a selfish thing for me. But I would like to see that. That's all I'm saying. Because what Beyonce just did, there are a few artists that I'm about to go look into. Have that Afrobeat sound and everything. I love that. Beautiful.
Bet that. Let's move on to past the Ox segments. Any song. Put somebody on. Eggert, I'll let you go first.
What's my Pass the Aux song?
Don't come with no simple shit like last week.
Oh, what was simple that I came with?
Nigga came with Pop Star by Drake.
Oh, cause that was just my song. That's what I was listening to for most of the week. That's why this Pass the Aux. Damn, what song do I got for this week? I've been listening to some shit. I'll go with. I've been in my bag recently. My young boy bag.
So you listening to trash. All right.
Whoa. No. Derrick, no.
Oh man. So you started off, and then I go to him.
Quincy likes a certain type of rap, bro. He likes only one certain type of rap. But my NBA,
I don't like just one. I'm transitioning. I'm in
my NBA YoungBoy song, "Rich as Hell." That's been my song of the week.
To be completely honest, I have not listened to NBA YoungBoy. I'm
because you have no like motivation to either.
I have no motivation to listen to.
But like
that's the same thing with me.
Do you listen to all types of rap, or is it one specific type of rap that you listen to?
I listen to different types, but what my go-tos are old school. I mean, like
that's exactly what I was about to say.
You got your go-tos, but are you willing to listen?
I'm open to listening to them for like just to see what they're about. Like I haven't listened to NBA YoungBoy. Rich Homie Quan I've barely listened to.
Whoa!
But yeah, that's when I was in my bag.
I'm 30, bro. Like
I'm like 30.
So. So for me, it's more of an age thing because when I listen to rap, it's Jay-Z. First, it's Cole, Jay-Z, Kendrick, Biggie, Tupac, Nipsey. I've been on Nipsey, listening to Nipsey for the last 2 weeks consistently. And I can't tell you why, but the last 2-3 weeks, I've been playing Victory Lap over and over and over again.
Hey, that Blue Laces go crazy. On that Victory Lap, nah.
Bro.
Crazy.
Nipsey was in his bag.
Yeah. R.I.P. to Nip, man. For sure. Yes, sir. All right, my ox, man, I got You're Still a Young Man by Tower of Power, man. Back in the 70s, bro. Definitely old school.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely old school. Yeah. Last Chance U actually put me on to that, bro. I was watching Last Chance U when they played that song during the little documentary. That shit was fire. I listened to the whole song. My goodness, what a beautiful
man.
So You're Still a Young Man by Tower of Power. Derrick, what you got, man? Give us a song.
Man. Black's EP.
Black's. I still have not listened to it.
6
I ain't
piece.
listened to it yet, but I heard it's solid.
Bro.
Did you love He Sent a Love Letter?
Yeah.
I
haven't listened. I didn't listen to it as consistently though. So if I had to say like that, nah, I didn't rock it with it like that. But Black, I'm giving more attention to. That dude is.
He's nice.
I think he's underrated because especially when he raps. I know he does more singing melody type thing, but when he's like rapping, like to me it's like him with Drake. Like dude can go.
Yeah.
But Black can freestyle. I haven't heard Drake freestyle. If I may have
Drake is freestyle.
I'm not saying he hasn't. I've not heard him. I've not seen an interview, like a radio interview, right? where he's gone off on a freestyle. Black, yeah, Black's there. So I Black for me, I'll just the mixtape. Just listen to the mixtape. There's I forget which I think it's track 3. Between track 3 and track 4, there's a smooth transition where you think it's the same song, and you're hearing like, oh snap, that's probably one of the cleanest transitions to me between tracks that I have heard in a very long time.
People are getting more creative with that now with the smooth transition. They get way better with that nowadays, bro. They get way better with that, man.
I gave my song though because I really rock with NBA YoungBoy because for me, I love Wayne. I'm a big Wayne fan. Wayne is my favorite rapper of all time.
Don't say what I think you about to say.
No, I'm not going to say that. But what I'm saying is they're from Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
After Kevin Gates is the last big name we've heard out of Louisiana, and Kevin Gates ain't really been in his bag in the last few years. So what I'll say is NBA YoungBoy, the way he's carrying the wave of the young crowd and the fact that he's actually giving good, like, Louisiana Southern trap music, he's bringing that Louisiana popularity back. That's why I rock with NBA YoungBoy so heavy, because he may not give the conscientious rap. He may not give the radio play type rap most of the time. He got some songs on the radio, but most of the time he don't give radio play rap, but he gives you that. He from not New Orleans. He from Louisiana. He from the trap. Like he gives you that sound. And that's why I rock with him so heavy.
I will say I'm starting to pay a little more attention to Lil Baby.
Oh yeah, Baby got hottest album of the year.
I wasn't. I still have to go listen to it.
Do you listen to Freddie Gibbs?
Me?
Yeah.
Not like that.
Niggas is sleep.
Now, and I know. No. I know what he can do. I just keep forgetting to go back and listen to his stuff.
See,
why are people asleep on Freddie Gibbs?
I'm not sleep on him.
But you gotta listen to his album though, bro.
I'm not sleep on Gibbs. I know what he can do. I've heard him. He's phenomenal. But
phenomenal. Nothing to go back to.
But
yes, he does.
I keep forgetting to go listen to his music.
The fact that
once you download his music, you cannot go back. He has the best album of the year. Alfredo is the best album of the year.
Lil Baby,
this year?
This year, yes.
Lil Baby, My Turn is the album of the year. My Turn by Lil Baby is the album of the year.
I'm gonna listen to both of them this week.
Definitely let me know. Definitely let me know, bro. It depends on what type of rap you like, though, because it's 2 different styles. It's really 2 different
styles. Well,
my nigga give me more hard, smooth criminal raps.
I'm into bars. Like,
Freddie gonna give you that.
I know that.
I know that. Too.
Lil Baby, I'm just learning a little more about him, so I can't say what he can or cannot do because I just have not paid attention to him like that.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to listen to pretty much anything.
You will be impressed. Baby gonna give you bars, and he gonna give you the melody. He gonna give you all that.
I'm looking for. I'm paying attention. I'm looking.
Definitely let me know, bro, because I already know who you're gonna go with. Because you know good music. You know good music, so I know what you're gonna go with.
The features will impress you. The features on that album will impress you.
Okay.
I'll definitely. All right, man. Let's wrap this up, man. Just give your social media before we get out of here.
My personal is at Derrick, spelled the black way, DERRICK _ OTS. I have to say that. Everyone keeps spelling it. I have my first and last name. Everyone misspells. Derrick Myers. It's simple, but
spell it DEREK.
They spell it DEREK. I spell it DERICK because you can't. Derrick doesn't make sense as E. Or whatever, but. But it's at Derrick _ OTS, and then business is at OTS guys.
Gotcha. Egert, hit him with the social media.
You can follow us on Twitter at QE Podcast 1. You can follow us on Instagram at Q_N_E_ podcast. You can follow and like our Facebook page, Q&E Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Q&E Podcast. Click that notification bell and click the all button so you can see anytime we drop new episodes. Make sure and send us an email at QANDEpodcast@gmail.com for any fan mail, business inquiries, questions, concerns, anything like that. We are also part of Blue Media Collar Group and MTMP.
Damn, Blue Media Color, huh?
Oh, wait, Blue Collar.
Hey, it's late, bro. It's late.
Blue Collar Media. I'm hungry. Don't worry about me. Blue Collar Media and MTMP. So be sure to check out both of those platforms.
Yeah. Hey, and shout out to bro who he emailed us the other day, bro. He was trying to come out my net, bro. I had said Deshaun Watson was they would have won the championship if Deshaun Watson was the quarterback of the Chiefs. He put that my net, trying to throw all these stats. Get on my damn email, dog. I appreciate him for listening, whoever he was. He was on the YouTube. But man, get out of my face, dog. Deshaun would have won the Super Bowl. Look at it. But yeah, man, subscribe to us on Spotify. We on damn Apple Music, iHeartRadio. We everywhere. So definitely check us out, man. We appreciate y'all for listening. We out. Peace.